Toss to the middle, brings it in, and he has no one to beat. It's intercepted by Yankton. Touchdown, Yankton!
You are listening to Bucks Football on KYNT, Yankton's home team. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Hy-Vee, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, Ben's Brew Station, 1919 Root Beer, Fairfield Inn and Suites and the Holiday Inn Express in Yankton, Triple Time Rudy's, Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Vision Real Estate, Missouri River Associates, First Chiropractic Centers, First Dakota National Bank, the UPS Store, Conkling Distributing, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Avera, Mayor Signs, Vision Care Associates, Truxedo, MT and RC Smith Insurance, Olson's Pest Technicians, Parker Hannafin, Midwest Insurance Agency, Portrust Bank, H&R Block of Yankton, Vantage Financial, Adam Walter, The Move Group, Pedro.
Now, we go live to the KYNT studios for the Kickoff Show. Kicking off right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome in for the Bucks Football Kickoff Show, brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there is a helpful smile in every aisle. I am Brayden Butler. It's homecoming week for the Yankton Bucks as they host the Sturgis Scoopers at Crane-Youngworth Field in Yankton. Yankton's coming off of a big 35-7 win over the defending state champion Peer Governors last week at Hollister Field in the state capital, while Sturgis is coming off of back-to-back one-point losses, looking to return to the win column this week. We got plenty to break down here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show. Before we get into any of it, I'd like to thank a couple of our sportscaster partners for helping make this broadcast possible. Starting with America's Best Realty. Tired of renting or apartment living? Ready to upgrade or own your own home? Call America's Best Realty 260-1600 and unlock the American dream. Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients. Kaiser Heating and Cooling. When it comes to heating and cooling, be the wiser and go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. And Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with a vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. When we come back here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show, we'll take you back to last week's 35-7 win over the Peer Governors for the Yankton Bucks and talk to a couple key contributors in that matchup, Cohen Zarbach and Bodie Thurman. All that and plenty more still to come here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show. KYNT, KYNTV. We'll be back after this.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
This game break is brought to you by a lot of people supporting the Bucks and Gazelles. So far, these high school athletes have put on quite a show for us tonight. We've had a great and exciting game. So let's break down the highlights and get you up to speed. Hold on. Well, this is unusual. One second. We're getting word from the referee. Let's just listen in.
Due to Representative Julie Auck, Lauren Nelson, and the South Dakota Legislature's vote to cut $109 million from South Dakota public schools, we cannot afford to continue. This game is over.
Folks, this game break was a warning. Representative Julie Auck and Lauren Nelson are attacking South Dakota's excellent education system. But you can stop them from succeeding by voting against Representative Julie Auck and Lauren Nelson in the upcoming election. Our students are counting on you. Paid for by the Save Our Schools PAC, not endorsed by any candidate.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
Brayden Butler back here again on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show, brought to you by Hy-Vee. It's time to get into your Friday night rewind as the Bucks took a 35-7 win over the Peer Governors last week. This Friday night rewind brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling, your locally owned Lennox dealer in Yankton and Vermilion. It was the air attack that got the scoring going early. Quarterback Easton Nelson finds Cohen Zarbach at the back pylon for the first score of the game, putting Yankton up 6-0.
And now it's Nelson. He's looking to pass. He's looking downfield. He's looking for Cohen Zarbach in the corner, far corner. He brings it in. Touchdown, Yankton. Cohen Zarbach brings it in on the far side. What a throw and what a grab.
A bombshell was up next as Matthew Sheldon takes the short yardage handoff and muscles his way in for 6. The Bucks now up 14-0 after the extra point.
Nelson, handoff Sheldon. The bombshell goes off. Matthew Sheldon, touchdown, Yankton.
Back to the air for touchdown number 3 for Yankton. It would be the first but not the last time Easton Nelson found Carson Ness in the end zone for 6, this time with time winding down in the first half.
32 seconds to go in the first half. Nelson, back to pass. Looks for Ness in the corner. He brings it in. Carson Loch Ness brings it in. A big touchdown for Yankton.
Coming out of the halftime break, Yankton was up 21-0 over the defending state champions, and they added to that advantage as Easton Nelson, while he was wrapped up by the Peer defense, able to pitch it out to Evan Sirk, who takes it a long way to the house. 28-0 Bucks advantage.
Easton Nelson, pitch option. He'll keep it himself and he'll pitch it out to Evan Sirk last minute. And Sirk has some room. He'll cut up to the middle of the field. He has some room. He will score maybe for Yankton to the 10, the 5 touchdown. Yankton, the muscles his way to the end zone.
The final score of the game for Yankton would put them up 35-0, and it's Easton Nelson again finding Carson Ness for 6, the second time the two had hooked up for a touchdown on the day.
He will run the last play. And pass out to the left. It is brought in, and touchdown Yankton with the reception on the far side. That is Carson Ness.
Peer was able to get one score back late on, but 35-7 would be your final score. The Bucks taking a 28-point victory, spoiling the Peer Governors' homecoming. Yankton now moves into their own homecoming week, and we talked to a couple players who were key contributors last week. Cohen Zarbach, who got his first touchdown catch last week, and Bodie Thurman, who's been a standout all year in the defensive secondary. We'll start out with the wide receiver, Cohen Zarbach, talking about how he feels getting his first touchdown last week.
I want to take you back to last week, a 35-7 win over the Peer Governors. Bit of revenge for you guys. I know you did not play in that state championship game last year against Peer, but you got a big win, and you scored the first touchdown, getting your first touchdown grab of the season. How did that touchdown feel, and how did the game feel as a whole?
It felt great, man. I mean, getting back out there and actually being able to get one in, it felt really good. And that Peer team, they're good. I mean, I think they're going to come back stronger and whatnot, but it was a good win for us. I think our offense looked good. Our defense kept them off the field and got us the ball when we needed it.
And I mentioned didn't play in that state championship game last year, missed some time at the end of the year with injury. How are you feeling coming back, getting everything ramped up? Because it feels like week by week you've been getting your name on the stat sheet a little more, and then that touchdown last week.
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I feel like my leg is just getting stronger and stronger and getting more mobility out of it. And I think, honestly, I'm getting faster when I'm doing it too. So that's good.
You know, you're an interesting wide receiving room because you got Carson Ness, who's on the outside. You're usually on the other side, and then Connor Slaba in the slot. Each of you brings something different to the table, with Slaba with his speed, Ness as well as just an all-around good receiver, and then you have that size and ability to go up and get a ball, as well as the speed, as you mentioned, is coming back for you. What do you see as your biggest strength as a wide receiver, and how you complement that room?
I think my biggest strength is red zone. I mean, you throw that ball up, I think it's mine. I think it's 60-40 my ball.
And then with that coming up this weekend, I gotta love the confidence. Always one of those get that football when it's up in the air in the red zone, especially. What are you expecting this weekend against Sturgis? I know they're coming in, a couple close losses for them. They're going to be hungry to try to spoil your guys' homecoming like you did to Peer last week.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to come in here with vengeance, honestly. I think they're going to come in here and try to knock us off. But our team is preparing for this, and I think we're doing a good job in practice. I think we'll be ready.
Then one final question for you. We're just past the halfway point of the season. What are some personal goals for you down the stretch here as you're wrapping up your senior season here?
Personal goals, I'm hoping to maybe get like all conference or all state, but I mean, championship, man. Championship's what we're going for.
Next up, we have Bodie Thurman, a staple of the secondary for Yankton as a starting outside cornerback for the Bucks.
Coming off of a big win last week against the Pierre Governors, 35-7 on their home turf. We'll take you back to last week to start. How did that feel to get that big win over the team that beat you guys in the state championship game last year?
It was pretty special, especially the score ended up being the exact same score that we had last year. And just being able to get that under our belt, kind of get a feel for ourselves, understand that we are a team like against Watertown and Harrisburg. We weren't playing at the level we could, and we know where we can be now, so it's good to know that.
You know, as a senior defensive back, you really broke out last year, even earned a nickname, coveted nickname from our play-by-play broadcaster, Bryce Ladwig, referring to you as Swayze, which, as we were talking a little bit beforehand, you didn't get the reference at first until watching the movie.
I mean, at first, like, Muth talked to me about it, and he was telling me about Patrick. I know who Patrick Swayze is, obviously, but it was just kind of he was like, "You never seen Point Break?" And I was like, "No," and he's like, "You got to watch it." So I watched it, realized how cool he was. I'm kind of wearing it on my chest now, or my back in the Scatman shirts, but yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that I cover in volleyball. You guys make those custom shirts for some volleyball players, and you got Swayze on the back, and it's always nice to see that what we do, you guys do take part in as well. So it's nice to see that little rub off there. But you got Sturgis this week. What are you expecting from the Sturgis Scoopers? And then how important is it for you to come out and play hard and play well on what is your final homecoming for the Bucks?
I mean, the Sturgis, I know they're going to they're going to throw everything at us. I mean, it's our homecoming. They know that. They know it's a big game. I mean, just like them, every game is a championship game. They have to win it. And I know they're going to bring the house, and we just got to be prepared, not get sidetracked with all this homecoming stuff, and still be able to execute on Friday night.
You know, we're just past halfway point of the season. Obviously, you're taking it one game at a time, but what are some goals for you down the stretch this year?
Honestly, interceptions and tackles and all that it's not that big to me. I know as a cornerback, especially last year, learning more and more, like if my name's not called, most of the time I'm doing my job. So it's pretty, I don't know. It's tough to not be able to have your name on the headline, but it's still nice to, I mean, a win's more important, and, you know, doing my job for my guys is kind of more important to me than any of that. So
big thank you to Cohen Zarbach and Bodie Thurman for taking time out of their days to talk to me earlier this week at Bucks football practice. Good luck to them and the rest of the team tonight against the Sturgis Scoopers. We're going to go to another break here on KYNT and KYN-TV, but before we go, thank you to some of our sportscaster partners, including Aztec, one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community. They're building industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. Build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road, and click careers at aztecindustries.com. Midwest Insurance Agency. See Travis and Whitney Devine at Midwest Insurance for your farm, home, and auto insurance needs. Call today to set up an appointment. One Office Solution, the one source for all your office products, including copiers, furniture, and office supplies. One Office Solution, located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton. And lastly, Graham Tire. If you notice issues with your vehicle, don't hesitate to call the service experts at Graham Tire, because they do more than sell tires. Graham Tire of Yankton, your auto service and tire store next door. When we come back on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show, we'll take a look around Class 11AA, checking in on the standings and the schedule for this week's slate of games. Plenty still to come. The Bucks Football Kickoff Show rolls on after this.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. Some say the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Trivia on Tuesday nights, music bingo on Wednesdays with live music on Friday night. This is downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages. If you can't be on the boat or at a Bucks or Gazelles game, then it's the Boathouse.
Want to take the hassle out of servicing your heating or cooling system? Then sign up for the Kaiser Signature Membership Program. This is Chris Frick with Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Not only will you get peace of mind knowing your units are being serviced regularly, but being a Kaiser Signature member gives you priority service. a discount on parts and labor, and no overtime rates. Take comfort and let our qualified professional technicians keep you running.
Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
Your football party will be a touchdown when you serve up Sheboygan brats, summer sausage, cocktail smokies, and natural casing wieners. Game day is better with Sheboygans. Produced with pride at American Food Groups in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing, read and understand everything. What happens if you cancel? Can you get out of this contract? If you feel pushed into signing the contract, you need to stop and take a step back. If you have questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Welcome back in here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show, brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there is a helpful smile in every aisle. Brayden Butler in here on KYNT and KYN-TV, and it's time to take a look at your standings review, brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. That's Rhonda Westland State Farm. Starting with our two teams matched up today, Yankton enters at number 6 in the class with a 3-2 record. 40.8 seed points, just 0.2 seed points off of number 5 Aberdeen Central, and 0.4 back of second place Brookings. So it's very tight at the top in the seed points standings. Sturgis Brown enters at number 10 in the class with 36.8 seed points, ahead of Douglas, but currently outside of a playoff spot, with Mitchell occupying the last playoff spot in 8. Looking at the standings as a whole, Watertown is first, followed by Brookings second, Spearfish third, T-Area and Aberdeen Central 4th and 5th, rounding out the top 5. Yankton is 6th, Pierce 7th, and Mitchell in 8th, rounding out the playoff spots as it stands at the midway point of the season. Huron is 9th, Sturgis Brown 10th, and Douglas is in 11th. Looking at the schedule this week for Class 11 AA, Huron hosts Douglas at Tiger Stadium. Brookings and T-Area will do battle in Brookings at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. Spearfish is on the road for a top 5 matchup with Watertown. Pierre hosts AAA's O'Gorman at Hollister Field, and Mitchell will play host to Aberdeen Central at Joe Quintal Field in Mitchell. And obviously our last game, Yankton hosting Sturgis Brown for homecoming for the Bucks. That's your look around Class 11 AA here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Before we go back to break, thank you to a couple more of our sportscaster partners, including the UPS Store, offering packing and shipping, plus printing services, mailboxes, and direct mail services, helping small businesses reach their goals in Yankton across from Walmart. Yankton Thrive. They're your one source and resource for all businesses from retail to manufacturing. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. FloorTech. Whether your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech at 665-4839. And Northtown Automotive, your local Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. Visit northtownusa.com. When we come back after this break, we'll have your pregame profile. We'll hear from the head coach of the Bucks, Brady Muth, and a broadcaster who covers the Sturgis Scoopers out of KBHB in Sturgis, Gary Matthews. Plenty still to come here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show, so don't go anywhere. We're back after this break.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explore CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
The mission of State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Hi, I'm Roy Wilcox with State Farm Insurance. We have been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, we're here to help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. Give me a call or stop by anytime.
Call Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance today, 665-7140. Find more at roywilcox.com.
A couple days ago, a teacher came into the UPS store to print some worksheets for her classroom. As we were printing, she asked if we could help her design and print a custom banner for her school's upcoming event. Yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion, where for over 8 years we've been serving educators, businesses, and community members with all kinds of printing solutions. Stop by today and let us assist with your next project, and be sure to ask about our shipping services or current print specials.
Welcome back in here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show, brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. I am Brayden Butler. It's time for your pregame profile, a matchup preview brought to you by Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance. They're a lifelong supporter of the Bucks and Gazelles, and for more than 100 years, they help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. Looking at both these teams, Yankton is 3-2 on the season, coming off of a big win over Pierre last week. Their opponents today in Sturgis Brown are 2-3 overall. Back-to-back close losses for the Scoopers, 1 point in each, 28-27 to Huron 2 weeks ago, and 18-17 last week against Aberdeen Central. They started the season with a 31-0 loss, but did win back-to-back games after that one did Sturgis, 42-0 over Douglas, and 24-16 over 11 AAA's Rapid City Stevens. Now your pregame look at the Yankton Bucks, 3-2 on the year following last week's 35-7 win over Pierre. Quarterback Easton Nelson is completing 67% of his passes for 748 yards, 7 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Nelson also has run for 309 yards on 42 carries and 6 rushing touchdowns. Evan Sirk has 70 carries on the year and a team-high 472 yards, just under 7 yards per carry, and 6 rushing touchdowns. In the receiving category, Connor Slaba has 26 catches to lead the team, followed by Carson Ness with 18. Ness does also have 4 touchdown catches, leading the team in that category. Your leading tackler for the defense is Matthew Sheldon, 27.5 tackles, followed closely by Bryce Crawl at 24.5. That's your pregame profile, brought to you by Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance. Now let's get to your rival report by Ben's Brew Station, the official watch party location of all KYN-TV games. Grab your friends and family and get together for all the KYN-TV action. If it's on KYN-TV, it's on at Ben's. This interview comes from KBHB's Gary Matthews out in Sturgis. Was able to talk to him about this matchup and get his insight into the Sturgis Scoopers. Let's go to that interview now. Brayden Butler here, back on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show. This is your rival report here with Gary Matthews of KBHB, a man of many hats, but we're talking sports today out in Sturgis, covers the Sturgis Scoopers. Gary, how are you doing today as Sturgis is making that trip across the state to take on Yankton?
Doing great, and I'm anticipating a pretty good matchup between these two teams tonight.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Yankton coming off of a big win over Pierre. Sturgis, I know 2-3 on the year, had a close matchup with Aberdeen Central here recently. That was just a couple close matchups, actually, looking at their last couple games on their schedule. So we'll just get right into talking about Sturgis. What have you seen while covering the Sturgis Brown team? As 2-3 on the season, but a couple wins over Douglas and Rapid City Stevens.
Seen a lot of improvement. We started the season, we just looked terrible against Brookings in that first game of the season, but we really turned things around. We picked up a couple of nice wins. I think our biggest win of the year is that win over Rapid City Stevens. It was a home game. Stadium was packed. The boys really came together. I think we're seeing some good things in the running game. They're opening up some holes for our leading running back, Sully Jost, and they're getting some good openings for some of our wide receivers as well. The one thing I'd like to see us improve on, one of our star wide receivers, Dalen DeShock, just has not been involved the past couple of games. So I'd kind of like to see him get involved. But as you said, the last couple of games have been heartbreakers for the Sturgis Scoopers. They've both come down to 2-point conversions. And, of course, last week Aberdeen Central converted that 2-point conversion to get the win. The week before, we went for the 2-point conversion and didn't get it. So despite the fact we've had a couple of losses the past 2 weeks, we have played the past two teams very well, Huron and Aberdeen Central, have been in those games right to the very end. We just didn't have a couple of things go our way at the very end.
You mentioned a couple key players on the offensive side of the ball there. Obviously, your running back Josen and a receiver. You're hoping to get more involved. But defensively, who are some names that have stuck out to you from the broadcast booth for Sturgis?
Well, for the Sturgis Scoopers, their defense has been playing very well. On both sides of the ball, we're seeing some players who do really well. Our special teams play has been pretty good. Sully Jost has been filling in, kicking field goals, and he's also been doing a pretty good job at running back as well. So he does a very good job when they've got him on the field, and he's playing both offense and defense. Some of our defensive backs have been doing really well on the season so far. I'd like to see some better play from our cornerbacks, though. Some of our safeties have kind of not been playing tight enough coverage, if you will, so some of the opposing teams have been completing some deep passes on us. Hopefully we can see some improvement there. But our defensive line is playing pretty well, and hopefully they can keep that going into what's going to be a big game, of course, against the Yankton Bucks. As for some of our players that are doing well on the defensive line, we haven't had any injuries, thank goodness. It seems like over the past couple of years we've had some of those defensive linemen get hurt. Not the case this year. Some of our defensive linemen that I really like that are playing really well, Aaron Morovitz is doing a wonderful job. We've got him at defensive tackle this year. He is also playing at center. He's doing a wonderful job. Big number 77, one of our defensive linemen, Noah Shavers, is having a big year. So those two guys are some of our biggest ones on the line. One of our biggest linebackers this year, who's a senior, is George Hamer, and he too is having a good year for the defense for the Scoops.
Last question here. I just want to talk about the head coach for this Scoopers team, Chris Koletsky, and your chances to talk with him, interview him, watch how he coaches. What is his philosophy, and what do you expect him to try to establish out of the gate as they come to Yankton, which, if you're aware or not, is actually homecoming for the Yankton Bucks this week as well?
Yep, and the thing is, Coach Koletsky is from Yankton, so this is kind of like going home for him. He has a lot of people he knows in Yankton, so this is a big game for him. The games in Yankton, I know he would really love to get away with a win. He's one of those coaches who takes a lot of responsibility. In fact, he blamed himself for the loss last week against Aberdeen Central, and he says the kids played great. It just came down to what he says were maybe some bad calls from not just him, but some of his coaching staff. He didn't have the right personnel in there for the 2-point conversion at the end of that game against Aberdeen Central last week. So that's the thing about Chris Koletsky. He'll take responsibility for a loss. He doesn't like to blame the kids. He knows the kids are out there playing their hearts out. And when it comes to changing the plays and on the running game, he's a mastermind at that. He's done a really good job with putting in a new quarterback this year into a system the quarterback wasn't quite sure of. And they have done pretty well in establishing a running game compared to the first game of the season in which they couldn't get anything going. But since then, he has done a marvelous job in getting the kids and the boys ready to go. And I think he'll continue that tonight.
Big thank you to Gary Matthews for taking time out of his day to talk to us here at KYNT about this matchup between the Yankton Bucks and the Sturgis Scoopers. Now it's time to talk to the head coach of the Bucks, Brady Muth, brought to you by 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-body draft root beer available. Find it in convenience stores, grocery stores, or on tap at local restaurants. Color commentator Josh Boelter was able to catch up with Coach Muth earlier this week at Bucks football practice. Let's go to that interview now.
I'm Josh Boelter. You're listening to the Yankton Bucks football kickoff show. And earlier this week, I had a chance to sit down with Coach Muth and talk about the big homecoming game. Here's the interview with Coach Muth. Coach, it's homecoming week. How do you guys get focused on the game with all the things going on around it?
It's more. And so it's just managing kids' minds a little bit. And, the last thing we want to do is we don't want to take anything away from them. This is a great experience. We've talked a lot about that. Yankton, nobody does homecoming like Yankton. It's a big deal, and it's a special time. They're going to remember this for the rest of their lives, and we want them to. But you also have to have in mind that you got a job to do. And so managing that, enjoying everything, enjoying the process, and getting involved in everything is a big part of your high school experience. But the football game on Friday night is a big part of your high school experience too.
And what can we expect from Sturgis this week?
They're always tough. Sturgis has a very good wrestling program. If you pay attention during track season, when we get to the state track meet, they're always involved, late in the game as far as scoring points. And so Sturgis is always a tough game because you don't have a whole lot of familiarity with them. And their kids are just hard-nosed, tough kids. They're going to do some things that may seem a little unconventional, but in the end, they're going to be a tough physical team, and that's the task. I mean, we have to match and exceed people's physicality week by week, and this is no different.
Yeah, Coach, 200 yards on the ground last week. Can you just talk about your guys' ability to run the football?
That doesn't happen by accident. That happens through a lot of hard work. The first guy I thanked when we got back was Mark Rosen, because of all the work he puts in with our guys, making us bigger and stronger and all of those things. And so the run game, to me, is proof of development. We've developed a lot of guys in our program, and they're bigger and stronger athletes than they were when they came in as freshmen. And so when you can build like that, your run game is going to show up, and we're very fortunate this year that we've kind of put it all together. And our run game is a real dangerous part of our offense. I tell you guys all the time, we're balanced. We just take what the defense gives us. But I know a lot of the times it looks like we end up in passing situations. I think you saw it last week with especially our third down rate. When you have a run game, your third down rate's a lot better, and that's a real big key to our success. And so, the run game is going to tie into success. That's offense and defense, and that's why it's so important.
And then on defense, under 200 total yards allowed last week. Just talk about their performance.
Yeah, I mean, our defense is playing very fast right now. I love the game plan that Coach Olson put together. It was based on simplicity. Just let our players play. Make sure that you give them the right key and you set them up in the right spot to where they, have the most advantage on their side. But, I mean, our kids just played real fast and physical football. And when you do that and you play with confidence, the way they executed a game plan all week long going into that was very crisp. Coach Huber, I think, alluded to this on Saturday, our inside run period on Tuesday last week. He got through every play in our run script and then reset and started going through it again. That hasn't happened all year. We've started to see that more this week. So guys are really starting to get a really good grasp of what we're doing. And we've been talking to them all year about understanding the why of what we do, and they're getting that. Not just the X's and O's part, but the philosophical side of that. Like, what are we doing here and why are we doing this? They're starting to understand that part, and it's making them very dangerous right now.
And obviously, Coach, a big win last week against Pierre, homecoming as well. How do you guys keep focused on the task at hand?
They have to understand that the goal isn't necessarily, the victory is great, and the victory is the fruit of doing hard work. But the goal each week is to improve. Football is kind of a sick game that way. I'm really good friends with Coach Haynes, and in basketball you can dribble around and throw it up. If it goes through the hoop, everybody's happy. In football, you can score, but if it's not executed the exact right way, nobody's happy. You can take that long run from Evan last week, right? So how do you get guys to understand that while that play ended up a plus play, it was good for the scoreboard, we still didn't do what we have to do. We still have to do it right. And so keeping grounded and understanding that the thing that you're chasing isn't necessarily a win or a championship, it's excellence, it's greatness. When you put that as the target and that's what you're framing everything through, then, like you saw Friday night, the win just kind of takes care of itself because you're striving for something bigger than that. The win's going to happen. That's inevitable. We've just got to get better every week. And so we've kept our focus on making sure that every day when we walk onto the field, we have a focus to get better, and we evaluate when we walk off the field Monday through Thursday, are we better now than we were when we started? And what you've seen here is we've been trending in the right direction there.
Coach, their quarterback's obviously a big kid, talented. How do you guys keep him in check?
We've got to stay in our rush lanes because, he's a big boy, and we've got to get home quickly and stay in our rush lanes. So coverage on the back end is going to be paramount. But when you've got a big body like that, our guys do a good job of gang tackling, but you don't necessarily always think about that in the quarterback position. But it's going to be as many hats to the ball as we can get. And then you have to stay in your lane, because when you've got a big body like that, you've got to hit him square and flush. And if you're out of your lane and you don't hit him flush, he's going to bounce off and he's going to be able to go. So controlling him and keep him in the pocket and getting him on the ground, making sure that we're good in the back end is key to this game.
That was Yankton Bucks head football coach Brady Muth. I'm Josh Boelter. You're listening to the Yankton Bucks Kickoff Show. Let's send it back to Brayden Butler at KYNT Studios.
Thank you to Coach Muth, as always, for taking time out of his day to talk to us here at KYNT and KYN-TV. When we come back, we'll send it live to the field with Bryce and Josh. But before we go to this break, thank you to some of our sportscaster partners, including Sherco, a proud supporter of Yankton sports. We need to be sure, make it Sherco. Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance. No matter where you are in life, they'll help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway or over the phone, 665-1222. And lastly, Stockman's Motorsports, your local Polaris dealer with a full lineup ready to get you in the fields, in the woods, or wherever you like to go. Stockman's Motorsports is a proud supporter of all area athletes. When we come back, we will send you live to Crane-Youngworth Field with Bryce, Ladwig, and Josh Boelter. Don't go anywhere. Bucks Football Kickoff Show continues after this break. Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including senior EH&S specialist and weekend maintenance technician too. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers and start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
It's time for your seasonal flu shot. Flu vaccine is recommended for all those aged 6 months and older. Appointments are recommended. Call 665-7841 to schedule yours today. Walk-ins will be accommodated, insurance billing available, and most major insurances are accepted. Visit YanktonMedicalClinic.com to download the flu shot form and for more information. A shot of prevention is worth a season of health. Seasonal flu shots. Just one more way Yankton Medical Clinic provides so much care, so close to home.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
The time for talk is over. Sturgis is in town and it's homecoming for the Yankton Bucks. It's a Friday night fight under the lights at Crane-Youngworth Field. Before we send you live to Bryce and Josh, thank you to a couple more of our sportscaster partners, including the Fox Stop. For all your daily convenience and fuel needs, make a stop at the Fox Stop. Buell's Cleaners. For rugs, uniforms, linens, and other cleaning services, go to Buell's in downtown Yankton. And Explorers Credit Union. Watch the Coaches Show Saturday mornings, sponsored by Explorers Credit Union. They're here to help with a vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. 2 teams enter and 1 team leaves victorious. It's homecoming for the Yankton Bucks, and it's live right now on KYNT and KYN-TV.
touchdown! Put 6 up on the board. That's a Yankton Bucks touchdown.
Gets the handoff and is brought down behind the line by Yankton.
Yankton touchdown!
Brought down right at the 20.
The bowling ball gets into the end zone. The touchdown, Yankton! Ball is loose. Ball is loose. It's going to be Yankton ball. He's at the 20. The 10, the 5. Touchdown, Yankton! Crane is going wild.
Now, let's go live to KYNT Sports Director and the voice of Yankton Athletics, Bryce Ladwig.
And homecoming is here. Welcome to Crane-Youngworth Field. I'm Bryce Ladwig alongside Josh Boelter. You are listening or watching Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYN-TV, the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee was a helpful smile in every aisle. And we are sitting right now, Josh, in the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton broadcast booth. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express Hotel Direct 605-653-2250. A really nice 71 degrees outside right now at game time, and it will drop into the high 50s at some point during the game tonight. But the crowd is here in full, as you would expect, nothing less. And just because it's homecoming, Josh, Yankton crowd is always showing up. But, of course, homecoming is just a little bit extra special as I bring in Josh Boelter.
Like you said, extra special and glad to be here for it. The Bucks, big win last week against Pierre. They're looking to build on that with a game here on homecoming here tonight.
Those fans of the game are brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you're traveling to a home or away game, be sure to fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's, located at 1606 Broadway Avenue. Our officials of the game are brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the field. I feel like we had those somewhere. Do we have the officials, Joe? On-air production meeting.
I do not have those.
If we get those, we'll go over them. And then colors of the game. Yankton will be in their home reds, and Sturgis will be in their road whites. And
hello, Bryce. I got to cut you off here for a second, as we are actually going to welcome in right now. He is the president of the South Dakota Broadcasters Association, Steve Willard. Steve, welcome into the booth, and I understand you have a big announcement for us here today.
Well, I do. This is the first time. I grew up in Pierce, so I don't have any red in my outfit. It's all green, so none of that tonight. You may not know, and the audience may not know, that you're living with a rock star.
I am.
Give me a headset.
Okay. Not only has he built KYNT and KYNT TV into a regional powerhouse, he does 750 broadcasts between Mount Marty and here. He does everything. He's I think 3 years in a row. I don't know how you did in 24. The Eric Severide play-by-play announcer. For the first time in Bryce's world, he gets the South Dakota Broadcasters Association Sportscaster of the Year, which is a big deal. And those guys are competitive. No one knows. Everybody else in the state is pretty whacked off about it, but he earned it, he deserves it, and he's a rock star. And everybody in this community should know it. Everything he does for Yankton is a big deal. Big deal for Riverfront, big deal for you guys. So thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Dad. You're absolutely
Thank you.
changing the universe
Appreciate
down
it.
here in the southeast corner.
I was really wondering what was going on. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much.
Awesome.
That's
Congrats.
big news.
Yeah, congrats. You ought to tell this group because they ought to give it up for you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate
Good
you
luck
coming
tonight.
up here.
Go Bucks.
All right.
Thought
Thanks
I'd
again.
never say that.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
About time you went for the right guy.
So yeah, Bryce, to let you in on it, I've known about this for a couple days now. We've been having to hide this from you. So this is a really cool deal. And
I was wondering,
congrats,
he's
man,
not John
you deserve
Schneider.
it.
I was
Yeah.
like, where's
I'm a little younger.
No, I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for doing this. This is I don't know what to say at this point, which is a rare thing for me.
Does that ever happen?
No, never. So, no, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming up here, and thanks for the news. Thank you.
Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Thank you.
How unique it is to do it live on the air.
Yeah, and to have it happen live. So now Katie can just keep rewinding this and showing everybody now.
So it was actually Katie's idea for the camera. She wanted your live reaction. So.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you guys for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
What a cool deal here for you,
right.
Bryce. Congratulations.
I don't even know where to go from here right now. I'm just kind of like, what do I do with my hands?
What do you do with your hands?
Well, first we're turning the camera back to the field because I don't know. Oh, man. All right. Yeah. Well, that was big news.
Yeah, that is. Congratulations. Seriously.
No, thank you. I think it's only natural we take a very quick break, come back, gather everything here, and get ready for some football, though, because there's still a big game here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Big game tonight. Homecoming here for the Bucks, and looking forward to it as they try to get to 4-2 here on the season.
All right, Yankton Bucks football, KYNT and KYN-TV.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
Whether you're nearing retirement or already enjoying it, I'll help you create a financial plan that works best for you. I'm Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial. I believe financial planning should be as enjoyable as a day spent fishing or pheasant hunting. If you want personalized investment planning, retirement strategies, and insurance reviews tailored to your unique goals, let's talk. Search Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial or visit vfplanning.com.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
You want peace of mind that you're healthy. Support your breast health by getting a mammogram every year starting at age 40. Multiple Avera Breast Center locations across the region offer easy access. We'll create a screening plan that makes sense for you. You have access to specialized breast cancer experts should you need it. Find a screening location near you at avera.org/breast.
Hungry for the best chicken wings in town? Then head to Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. Whether you're craving mild, hot, or something with the kick, they've got the wings that will keep you coming back for more. They'll have every NFL game on so you won't miss a moment of the action. Grab a cold one, cheer on your favorite team, and enjoy the ultimate game day atmosphere. Wings, football, friends, it's all at Checkers. Open daily for all of your wing cravings.
And we are back. Welcome to Crane-Youngworth Field. I'm Josh Boelter. This is the Yankton Bucks Kickoff Show brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile. And Bryce is out saying thank yous and saying hi to people. So we're welcoming in Brayden Butler right now. Brayden, welcome in.
Got to shake a few hands and kiss a few babies. I guess you win an award, you're a little too big time for us. I'm kidding. Congratulations to Bryce. More than deserving. Great guy to work with, great friend. He deserves it absolutely so much. But I'm glad that I get to technically, make it kind of debut. I do some stuff during the halftime and obviously the pregame. But, hey, this is fun for Yankton Bucks football on homecoming. It should be a great game tonight with Sturgis.
Absolutely, a great game, and we're going to get into it, break it down here. We're talking keys to the game brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. Vision Real Estate located at 605 East 4th Street, Suite 2 in Yankton, or call 605-664-5555. Brayden, keys to the game tonight, what are we looking at?
Well, obviously with the glitz and the glamour and the lights of Pioneer Days, it's homecoming for Yankton, but you can't let that you can't let the moment be too big. You still got to play your brand of football. You can't let the outside noise affect you as you're trying to do this very large crowd of Yankton faithful proud tonight. You need to stay locked in, stay focused, play your brand of football, and get a big win for homecoming.
Absolutely. Need to get a big win here on homecoming. And for me, I think key to the game, run the football. This is a team last week that ran for over 200 yards on the ground. Really just had a great day overall there, whether it was Cirk or Matthew Sheldon or the quarterback Easton Nelson taking off. So those are our keys to the game brought to you by Vision Real Estate. Now we're going to move key player of the game brought to you by Missouri River Associates. Looking for insurance agents that have the knowledge to point you in the right direction? Contact Missouri River Associates in Yankton. And Brayden, I think we're going to go with a guy who leads the team in receptions. He's a fellow fellow Detroit Lions fan like myself, we're going to go with the slot receiver, Connor Slaba, here tonight.
And it is fitting that we mentioned the run game as our key to the game, so we're going to talk about the leading in receptions in Connor Slaba. But great wide receiver, working out of that slot. He's great underneath, able to get into space and then create extra space in the open field. Very underrated part of his game. As you mentioned, team leader in receptions with 26. He's got 243 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown as well this season. Bryce Ladwig loves to call him the con man. I think he's earned it. He is he's a sneaky guy. He sneaks away from defenses, definitely cons them out of some points and yards in the back end.
Yeah, so keep an eye on Connor Slaba tonight, and keep an eye on those Yankton Bucks as they're getting ready to kick off here in just a few minutes against Sturgis here on homecoming. Before we go to break, we're going to give a quick shout out to our KYN TV watch party location, Ben's Brew Station, the official watch party location of all KYN TV games. So grab your friends and families and get together for all the KYN TV action, because if it's on at KYN TV, it's on at Ben's. We're going to take a quick break here on the High V pregame show. When we come back, starting lineups, we listen to KYNT and KYN TV.
Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information.
My name is Dr. Gibson, and teaching allows me to show my compassionate spirit. I instruct a lot of students that want to go into the medical fields. If I can teach them how to be compassionate and look out for others and even help each other, they'll be better in their careers. They will be better physical therapists, better doctors, better nurses.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Did you ever hear that cheese is the favorite food of all mice? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. Mice love all food, often eating up to 8 pounds of it in their lifetime. Mice spread disease through urine, droppings, and dander, contaminating food and surfaces like counters and floors, and that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation rodents, termites, roaches, and ants can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
Are you suffering from a recent injury or chronic pain?
Come see us, Lane and Reed Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of techniques to meet every patient's need and preference, including adjustments, dry needling, acupuncture, cupping, and rehabilitation.
We are dedicated to providing personalized and effective treatment plans to help you perform at your highest level and feel your best.
Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or a sports injury, we've got you covered.
Go to SWATchiropracticandrehab.com to schedule an appointment.
Did you know Sherco offers more than egg tarps? As an industry leader in construction, waste, and flatbed tarping systems, Sherco offers manual and electric tarp systems for not only grain trailers and grain carts, but also side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, and more. To learn more, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best, demand Sherco.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
At Larry's Heating and Cooling, during the October sale, get a new furnace for $55 a month.
Oh, come on, Mr. Announcer. Let's have some enthusiasm. This is a big deal. I mean, a new 96% high-efficiency furnace for as low as $55 per month. The energy savings alone will probably make the payment for you.
You're right. That is a big deal. Get a new high energy efficient furnace for only $55 a month during the October sale.
Better at Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
All right, welcome back here to Crane-Youngworth Field. I'm back, Josh.
Call you Slim Shady. You are back.
I am back. And we just did the national anthem. And now it's time for the starting lineups. Those are brought to you by First Chiropractic Center, making life better, one adjustment at a time. Located at 2507 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton. Josh.
Yeah, and we're going to go ahead and start with the Sturgis Scoopers. On offense, the signal caller, number 16, Carter Williams. At halfback, number 22, Sully Jost. At tight end, you have Dalen Deshak, number 14. You got a trio of wide receivers in this spread offense that they give you with number 24, Cade Wilnard, number 11, Cole Litzen, and number 6, Tegan Warnstad. And looking at the Hog Mollies up front here for Sturgis, at left tackle, number 67, Connor Schmidt. At left guard, number 65, Gunnar Sarkella. At center, number 62, George Hammer. At right guard, number 72, Miles Voigt, and at right tackle, number 77, Noah Schaefers. Now moving on to the Bucks, Bryce. We're going to cover both ends of the ball here on homecoming. Taking a look at the Yankton offense at quarterback, number 4, Easton Nelson. At the H-back position, you got number 9, Talon Kenny. At running back, you got Evan Sirk, number 1. At wide receiver, a trio of threats here in this offense. Number 12, Carson Ness. Number 81, Cohen Zarbach. And number 2, Connor Slaba. Up front at left tackle, you got number 66, Austin Conway. Left guard, number 78, Derek Beal. Center, number 52, Mark Cottle. Right guard, number 77, Peyton Eustace. And at right tackle, number 68, Lucas Cordell. On the defensive side of the ball, 4 down linemen, number 73, Riker Frang. Number 78, Derek Beal. Number 9, Talon Kenny. And number 11, Edley Amaro. At linebacker, number 8, Bryce Krall. And number 5, Matthew Sheldon. At the cornerback spots, number 15, Miles Strotzman. Number 20, Bodie Thurman. And at the safety spots, number 12, Carson Ness. And Cale Hazelhorst. And then, of course, the rover, number 23, Lance Pear. Handling your kickoffs tonight will be Liam Villanueva, number 46. Handling field goals and extra points will be number 91, Kevin Ortiz. Punting the ball will be number 5, Matthew Sheldon. Handling returns tonight, punt return, number 2, Connor Slaba. And then you also on kick return with Connor Slaba and a couple other guys with Carson Ness, and Evan Sirk in the mix there. And that's a look at your starting lineups here tonight, Bryce.
All right, thank you, Josh. And we're almost ready for kickoff. Kickoff brought to you by The Boathouse, located in the downtown Meridian District. The Boathouse is the most fun you can find on land. Head there for great food, fun, and drinks. If you can't be on the boat or at a Bucks or Gazelles game, then it's The Boathouse. All right, I also want to name a couple things here, Josh. Talk about a couple things while we're wrapping things up here. The 100th homecoming of Pioneer Days. It's a big deal. Yankton started playing football on homecoming in 1935 and are 68-14-4 all time. So pretty good on pretty good homecoming.
Yeah, pretty good record. And Bryce, this is a team that has a lot of pride in this town and with its fans and with its alumni, and it shows with that record here on homecoming.
Yeah, their longest winning streak came from 1989 to 99 and from 2010 to 2020. The only time Yankton faced Sturgis on homecoming was in 1998, and the Bucks prevailed 49-0. Last night was coronation. The Pioneer Prince and Princess were named, Mark Cottle and Olivia Dimmer. You were there for the coronation and the burning of the Y. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Bryce, it was a really cool deal. I mean, first off, talking about the burning of the Y, I posted a video of that on Facebook. Over 5,000 clicks on Facebook. That's insane. It just shows the pride that this town has in its traditions. In its traditions. But then you move on to the Pioneer Prince and Princess, Mark Cottle, Olivia Dimmer. I had a chance to sit down and talk with them yesterday. Just it seems like a fun pair of kids there that really seem deserving of this. I mean, Mark, obviously the starting center for the football team. He plays baseball in the spring and summer as well. And then Olivia is involved in volleyball, track, and marching band. So really just a good group of kids that are really involved here. As Bryce, we welcome out our captains here today. Looks like Matthew Sheldon as well as Connor Slaba, Easton Nelson, and Cale Hazelhorse here today are your captains. But, yeah, it really just a pair of well-deserving kids there in Mark Cottle and Olivia Dimmer.
Yeah, absolutely. And you like to see them get that honor, on a big day for Yankton. Of course, Yankton Bucks football under the lights here at Crane-Youngworth Field. Nothing better in the world. And hopefully it's another victory for Yankton. The series history between these two teams.
And now they're shouting you on the PA. Once again, congrats. Sportscaster of the year, yes. And then looking at it here, I also want to shout out Bryce. Well, we're shouting things out. How about the class of 1974? It's their 50th reunion. They got a sign down here up front at the beginning of the bleachers. So congrats to them and congrats to you as well.
Thank you. The surprises keep coming. All right. So while we're also getting things all settled here, let's go over some team leaders. Rushing yards team leader Evan Sirk, 472. Issa Nelson, 309. And Matthew Sheldon, 189. And then rushing touchdowns, Issa Nelson and Evan Sirk are tied with 6. Matthew Sheldon with 3. And then your receiving team, Josh Carson Ness leads the way, 338 yards. Connor Slaba, 243. Evan Sirk with 91. And then touchdown receptions, Ness leads all with 4. And then tied with 1, Slaba, Eidsness, Sirk, and Zarbach. The reason I'm bringing that up is a very balanced offense, but everyone that has been able to get the ball or that attention has really come through.
Right, and there's a lot of ways this team can get it done. They run the ball, they throw the ball well. I mean, you talked about that double threat at receiver there with Carson Ness and Connor Slaba, one leading the team in receiving yards, the other in receptions are great. And then 3 backs that can get it done too. And we're actually going to see this Bucks offense first. They're going to be receiving the football here to start this game.
All right, so Yankton will be moving right to left and Sturgis left to right. Again, thanks for coming in here to KYNT and KYN-TV. I'm Bryce Ladwig alongside Josh Boelter. Yankton Bucks football is just about here. Back to return, as you mentioned, Carson Ness and Connor Slaba. Kicking off for Sturgis, number 22, Sully Jost.
Sully Jost getting done on all ends here. He's also their starting tailback. We're going to be calling 22 a lot tonight here for Sturgis.
Hey, you drove the bus too. Yankton Bucks football is in the air, and it will be one of the midfielders to bring it up the center of the field. I think was that Bryce Crawl?
Looked like Bryce Crawl to me there, and he's going to get that to about the 33-yard line. Little squib kick almost on that one, almost a pooch kick, or however you want to say that, where it just kind of floats up in the air for a little bit. And Yankton started with decent field position here, trying to build off a game last week, Bryce, where they had over 200 yards on the ground.
I call that a damage control kick. You kind of know where it's going and try to get there as fast as you can. As it's 1st and 10, Yankton on their own 33. Easton Nelson in the shotgun. Handoff Sirk. Bounce off the left tackle. Lose his footing and fall down at pretty much the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 9.
And this offense wants to get Sirk and bounce it outside. Tried to do that on that play. He lost his footing maybe a yard or so on that play, like you said.
Easton Nelson, handoff. Matthew Sheldon goes up the right side, up the middle to the 39. And maybe they're going to give him actually an extra couple yards, but the 41-yard line. Really nice gain for Sheldon, and after contact, able to drag a couple of scoopers with him.
Yeah, versatile backfield here for the Bucks with Sheldon and Sirk. You saw it there, now 3rd and short.
And about 3rd and short, Evan Sirk, handoff right side, has some room, gets to midfield, almost gets around a defender, and he's spun down to the turf in Sturgis territory at the Sturgis 47-yard line. That will move the chains.
Yankton running the ball here early, Bryce. 3 plays, 3 runs, moving the ball well, and got their first down of the game.
Nelson, shotgun, maybe got a scooper and a jump, no flag. Rolling left, pass out to Cohen Zarbach, gets it at the 36 and goes out of bounds. And it's right at near the first down marker. They will move the chains. Another Yankton Bucks first down. A nice reception from Zarbach.
And they like to roll Nelson on passes, get it to Zarbach, got a touchdown last week.
1st and 10 on the Sturgis 35. Handoff Sirk up the middle, gets to the 2nd level, and is brought down at the Sturgis 27-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And since that first play of the game as Cale Gary subs in, Yankton moving the ball well.
Nelson. Snap goes off the right side and is met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a yard here. Oh, no, they're moving forward, but right at the line, Sturgis did a nice job of kind of collapsing on the gaps.
Yeah, and you don't see Yankton do that a lot where they do a designed quarterback run out of empty set. You saw right there from Nelson. Now third and very short here as they're setting up an empty set again.
3 receivers right side. Nelson rolls to the right. He's looking downfield. Has the ball and pass out to Carson Ness. Ness at the 15 brings it in. Forced out of play. That will move the chains. Another Yankton Bucks first down. And Josh, that puts them in the Midwest Insurance Agency Red Zone, a local independent insurance agency offering insurance from a local South Dakota company to Smet Farm Mutual. And now Easton Nelson. That's Midwest Insurance Agency. And we do have an offsides going on Sturgis. While we sort this out, I want to, again, mention Midwest Insurance Agency. False start, actually. Thank you, Josh. And this opening drive is brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you're traveling to a home or away game, be sure to fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's, located at 1606 Broadway Avenue. All right, so Yankton Buck jumped, Josh, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, false start there in the Bucks. Now sitting at 1st and 15 from about the 20-yard line as the snap is handed off to Cirque there. As he cuts in maybe a gain of about 3 or so on that play, Bryce.
And it'll be at the Sturgis, about the 18-yard line, so a gain of a few. So 2nd and 13 for Yankton. And trips receivers right side, single back set. That's going to be Evan Cirque off the left hip of Easton Nelson. Carson Ness, the lone receiver on the near side. Ness is going to get the look from Nelson. Nelson throw at the near pylon over the head of both the defender and Carson Ness. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, I might have had a look there with Ness. I think he just sailed that pass a little bit, did the senior quarterback, Easton Nelson. Now sitting in 3rd and long. That false start penalty really slowing things down on this drive.
And now Nelson. Takes the snap, moves Bryce Crawley in motion, and now it is Nelson. Pass off to the near side to Cirque. Cirque gets around his guy, gets to the corner, to the pylon, to the end zone. Touchdown, Yankton! Evan Cirque, the muscles his way in there for the opening score of the 100th homecoming for the Yankton Bucks.
Yeah, what a play there. And that's a good decision by Easton Nelson. He didn't see anything down the field. He checks it down, maybe get a few yards and take a field goal. But Evan Cirque had different ideas. He makes a couple guys miss and takes it in the end zone. Nice drive there. Nice play by the senior tailback to get in the end zone.
Cale Gary, the long snapper. Tate Bestie, the holder. An extra point coming up for Kevin Ortiz.
Gary to snap, Bestie to hold.
Nice snap, nice hold. Extra point is up, and it is good. All right, that scoring drive brought to you by Core Trust Bank. They're doubling down on all of Bucks points this season and donating to the Yankton Booster Club. After that score, that's another $14 being donated to the Yankton Booster Club by way of Core Trust Bank. Back in 60 seconds, Yankton Bucks football, KYNT, KYNTV.
FM 102.1 and AM 1450, KYNT, Yankton.
Wellness should feel good and taste good. That's why Alani Nu offers a range of delicious energy drinks to support your goals while bringing bright, bold flavors to your daily routine. Whether you want to hit your last rep, beat the competition, or simply balance your hormones, do it all with an Alani Nu energy drink in hand, promising to increase physical performance and boost focus with just 10 calories and no sugar or gluten. Alani Nu energy drinks are a healthy way to fuel your fun. Stock up today.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family.
We have an experienced and extremely caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments.
With an office located in the heart of Yankton at 1818 Broadway, we're centrally located for all patients in the area.
Whether you need fillings, crowns, or bridges, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox.
Contact Elwood Family Dental Care today.
And Sully Jost for Sturgis gets the kick return as we return to action here at Crane-Youngworth Field. And he is brought down at the Sturgis, about 11.5-yard line, Josh.
Nice job by the Yankton special teams or kickoff team on that one. Jost tried to bounce it outside, and Yankton wasn't letting him have it. Now bad field position here for Sturgis starting on this one.
All right, Carter Williams in the shotgun. And we will have encroachment going on Yankton. I think maybe they got Amaro. I'm not sure.
And that can happen sometimes at the beginning of a game where you're trying to get that first snap and you're ready to go, and all of a sudden they catch you off sides a little bit on that one. Not something you want to see if you're Coach Olson or Coach Muth to start this game on the defensive side.
You know, Carter Williams again in the shotgun. Takes the snap, handoff. Goes off to the middle side and brought down at the Sturgis 19-yard line. And that's solely Jost on the carry.
Yeah, and they're going to want to feed him tonight. He's the feature back for this Sturgis offense. Now sitting about 2nd and 4 here due to the penalty, but Yankton, nice little response there. He tried to bounce outside, and defense wasn't having on that. Like I said, now 2nd and 4.
2nd for Sturgis, 8:24 to go in the first quarter. Yankton leads 7-0. Opening drive for Sturgis. Opening offensive drive. Carter Williams looking to pass. To the near side and just over the shoulder of the intended target, Tegan Wormstadt, the 6'1", 160-pound senior.
Yeah, and this Sturgis offense is a little more traditional like that. Yankton, you see, hurry up. They like to go deep with the play action on that. You saw an early test in that play. Nice job by Drotzman, though, to stick with the receiver, force the incomplete pass, and now Yankton looking at a 3rd and 4 here on defense.
In traditional huddle for Sturgis, Carter Williams breaks it. Ball right in the center of the field. 2 receivers right side, 1 left. And the snap. Williams again looking to pass. He's looking toward the left side. And we will have a pass interference call coming on the field. The intended target was Cole Litzen, the 6'1 junior. And actually, what DB was on him just now?
Looks like that was Drotzman, and they're testing him early, Bryce. That's twice now that they've targeted him on 2 passing plays. I thought maybe that first one they could have called something. It was close either way.
Kind of borderline.
Yeah, borderline either way. And that one, they're not going to let him get away with it twice, and you get the penalty there. 2 penalties now, moving the ball here for Sturgis to start this drive.
Ball on the far hash marks. A fresh set of downs for Sturgis. 8:03 to go in the first. Trips receivers to the right side. Carter Williams again directing offensive traffic for the Scoopers. Snap. And nope. Fake handoff to Jost. Williams is taking himself, and that will be a mistake. He's brought down by both Matthew Sheldon as well as Riker Frang for a small loss.
Nothing having there for the Sturgis offense on the read option. Nice tackle, and you see some early, Bryce. This Sturgis offense, they run almost exclusively out of pistol, maybe a few gun plays out of the shotgun and things like that. But a lot of what you're going to see today is out of the pistol. As I say that, they do line up in the gun with a 2-back set.
And taking the snap is actually Jackson Cano, the 5'11 junior. Yeah, so interesting setup here. Cano takes a snap. Hey, he'll keep it himself, and he will be brought down right at the line, maybe even just behind it. I think they're giving forward progress at the line of scrimmage, but no go there for the run for Sturgis. Yankton's defense holds up well.
Back-to-back plays for Sturgis where they've ran the read option. Quarterback chose to keep it. Williams did there on both plays. Not really gaining much, if anything, on that one after a loss on 2nd down. Now 3rd and long here for Sturgis. We saw him test this Yankton defense down the field on play action earlier. Let's see what they go to here on 3rd about 12.
6:42 to go here in the first quarter. 3rd and 12. Cano takes a snap. Goes opposite way of his motion, gets into the 2nd level, lunges forward. He's actually really close to the first down marker. He is just short. That will bring up 4th and short for the Scoopers.
On the run, number 3, Jackson.
Yeah, 4th and short here, and they're actually marking this. Okay, now they're moving it up another yard or 2. I thought they were going to mark that even shorter than what it was. I don't know if it's decision time here early in this game for Sturgis. You know, you make the long trip out here trying to make a statement early maybe.
It's very aggressive if they do, yeah.
Right, and it looks like they are lining up in a power sort of package here. Maybe a wildcat to try to get this first down.
Solely Jost in that power formation. He does take the snap. He gets to the line, and we'll have a first down for Sturgis. Gained about 3 extra yards.
And they lined up a bunch of extra blockers on the right side of that, Bryce. There was no doubt about where that play was going. And Jost does a good job of powering through, getting the first down, keeping this drive alive. for Sturgis.
Talon Kenny comes off the field temporarily, well, assumed temporarily. First set of downs for Sturgis on their own 48-yard line. 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Yankton leads 7-0. Pioneer Day's homecoming game. And back in at quarterback is Carter Williams. Takes a snap, looking to pass left side. It is brought in by the intended target and a gain of a couple on the play. And that's Wormstadt. And so it'd be second and, what do you think, just like 7?
Call it about 7 on the bubble, or call it second and 7 there after the bubble screen. One thing I've noticed in Bryce is this Sturgis offense, they're sending guys in motion on almost every play, trying to create some pre-snap eye candy, things like that, get the defense's eyes on the motion. But a lot of motion so far here for the Sturgis offense.
And now Carter Williams. Handoff, Jost goes up the middle, is met by Yankton. Right behind the line. Very small micro loss, but no gain on the play. Yankton's defense really crashing down on this run game.
Yeah, nice job there. Sturgis brought Deshek over there, the tight end, to try to be the lead blocker on that play, and this Yankton defense went right to the block, called a gain of 1, if anything, on that. And now once again here, 3rd and about 7 or so for the Sturgis offense. Their third down of this drive. Let's see if Yankton get off the field.
Carter Williams, 3 receivers right side, 1 left. Low snap, rolling left. Intended target, too high at about the Yankton 38-yard line. Incomplete pass, and that will bring up 4th and enough where a punt crew will come out.
Yeah, and I think part of that was they rolled the quarterback Williams out on that play. Throwing on the run's a difficult thing to do, despite how easy Easton Nelson makes it look sometimes. It's a hard thing to do, and I think Williams just sailed that pass on that one. Had a guy, I thought, maybe down the field, but either way, Yankton gets off the field here and going to have a chance to get the ball back to this Bucks offense.
It's not easy what Easton and me can do, Josh.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I can. Anyway, so the punt goes for Sturgis. Back to return Carson Ness and calls for a fair catch at the 14-yard line in Yankton territory. Yankton's offense, who scored last drive, comes back out.
Yeah, coming back out here after a successful first drive. We're able to run the ball really well. A couple big completions. You saw the little check down to Cirque, who made a couple guys miss and got the touchdown that first drive.
4:28 to go in the first. Easton Nelson, shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Evan Cirque, the lone back. We do have it up back, though, to block. Snap, rolling, near side. Nelson looking downfield. He'll step up now and go to the opposite side of the field. Almost got away from a couple defenders, but is brought down behind the line. And that is Aaron Morovitz, the 6'1", 265-pound senior, bringing down Nelson.
Sturgis defense with a nice response there. They did a good job of containing Nelson. They know he's going to want to take off if he doesn't find anything down the field. Nice job there by the Sturgis defense.
2nd and 11. Eidsness in motion. 3 receivers left side. Nelson has a free rusher. Tries to get around. Rolls near side. He'll keep it himself to the 15, to the 20. Tries to bounce to the outside. Will be forced out of play at about, it depends where they're going to mark it. I think right at the 24, right at the marker.
How about Easton Nelson there? There was a free rusher who came off the right side, or the left side of the line there at the beginning of the play. He had that clock in his head. Knew he had to take off. First down. Good job on the scramble.
So the chains do move. Bryce Krall, the blocking back. Easton Nelson, quick pass out to the right side. Intended target Connor Slaba, but behind Slaba's back. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, just a little bit behind there. Those slant routes are more about timing than anything else, and I think there's just a little bit of a mistiming there between Nelson and Slaba.
3:45 to go in the first. 2nd and 10, Yankton. Ball in the near hash marks. And Nelson, using the play clock to his advantage here, takes the snap, now drops back. Steps up, keeps it himself to the 30, to the Yankton 40, to the 45. He may have some room. He does. Easton Nelson will eventually be forced out of bounds at the Sturgis 20. What a run from Easton Nelson.
Yeah, improvisation is the key on this drive. Easton Nelson, his feet, he's had a couple plays where he's just had the idea to take off and really has made things happen on this drive with that big run right there.
3.5 minutes to go, opening quarter. 7-0 lead for Yankton. Two receivers right side, one left. Easton Nelson, lone back with Evan Sirk. Owen Isis now in motion. Near to far side, he gets the pot pass, and he is brought down well behind the line. Sturgis was able to get into the backfield, Josh, and Isis had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and that's a little pot pass trying to get Isis out on space on the edge. And Kettleson there, looks like he just blew that play up from the beginning. Big loss on the play.
Yeah, so 2nd and long for Yankton. Ball on the Sturgis 27, and now it is Nelson. Rolling, and a quick pass, and is intended for Bryce Kroll through his hands and out of bounds. Incomplete pass at the Sturgis 25, and Bryce Kroll wants that one back.
Yeah, wants that one back. Had a look there open on the rollout, but now Yankton kind of in that no man's land. They're about the 27 or so. I don't think we've seen Kevin Ortiz attempt a field goal yet this season, but he is the field goal kicker tonight, so I don't know what his range is going to look like, but either way now Yankton with 3rd and long.
Easton Nelson drops back. Rusher behind him, and he will be brought down behind the line. Sturgis has come to play, and they are bringing rushers into the backfield. A big-time sack for the Scoopers, and Yankton will punt this one away as Matthew Sheldon and the crew take the field.
Yeah, Calvin Kettleson, Bryce, he's been an absolute menace on these last couple plays. He blew up the little pot pass for a big loss on 1st down. He gets the sack there on 3rd. Nice response by the Sturgis defense, who gave up a touchdown that first drive. Now they're going to give the ball back to the offense.
And Sheldon receives the ball at the Sturgis 48, and nice punt, takes a Yankton bounce, and Yankton able to secure the football at, I'm going to say, the 2-yard line, Josh. A very nice special teams play, and a nice punt from Matthew Sheldon. Yankton's defense gets ready as Edley Amaro finds his helmet on the sideline. He's ready.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's still trying to find a hole to get out there. I could watch him run on the sidelines for 10 minutes.
He's going to be mad that I just let everyone know, but it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Nice job, though, by Matthew Sheldon on that punt. He's done such a good job of getting the ball to roll on those punts, and you saw it right there. Now down deep in their own territory here. Call it, like you said, about the 1 or 2 yard line, if that, and now the Sturgis offense deep in their own territory.
Carter Williams will take the snap in his own end zone. 2:16 to go in the first. And the snap. Jost handoff, goes to the middle, and able to get a couple yards there, Josh, to the 5. But still not an ideal situation for the Scoopers.
Yeah, but that's what you want in that play. Get your backs out of the end zone. Now all of a sudden you're sitting with about a 2nd and 7. And I don't know how Jost got out of the end zone. It looked like there was a buck that had blown through the backfield early in that play. Jost did a good job of fighting through and getting some positive yards there.
2nd and 7, Sturgis. Williams still taking the snap. Basically, his heels on the end zone, but that won't be the case anymore, as I think we are going to have offsides on Yankton.
Yeah, I think that is going to be an offsides here. Yeah, that is going to be the 2nd encroachment penalty here on the Bucks of this first quarter.
As excellent as Yankton has been this season, Josh, if I was to give one thing to talk about, I guess, in a negative light, I guess it would be Yankton has started a lot of games with some penalties. They usually clean them up about midway through the game, but that has been a thing. As Williams takes the snap, look at a pass, far side of the field, and almost brought in. Nice defense there for Miles Drotzman. Intended target, I believe that was Wormstadt. And what a throw there from Williams.
Yeah, and this is a team that will test you deep down the field. They had a big shot play for a touchdown last week against Aberdeen, and they're testing Drotzman early in this game. 2 shots down the field here in this first quarter on number 15. We'll see if they keep going back there and if they try to connect on that. But now, Bryce, 3rd and about 4 here for Sturgis from their own 10. Let's see what they do. They try to run it, maybe try to go back to the pass game here on 3rd.
And the snap and handoff. Jost carries it up the middle. That will be enough for a Sturgis first down.
Good job of keeping that drive alive. I believe they're 3 for 4 now on 3rd down plays here in this first quarter. Yankton, that's something that Coach Olson's going to be talking about the rest of this game, getting off the field on 3rd down. As, like I said, 3 first downs on 3rd downs here early for Sturgis.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter. It's a 7-0 lead for the Bucks. Carter Williams and company. Williams, handoff. Joe's far side of the field is brought down after a gain of 2. And it will bring up third down for Sturgis. Or second down, rather.
Yeah, not much going on that one. That was a handoff up the middle. I think there was actually 2 backs in the backfield there. Handed up the middle there, and like you said, maybe a gain of 2 or so on that play.
Big crowd on hand here tonight, Josh. Like I said before, it's always a big crowd, but homecoming, I mean, come on. Look out here.
Absolutely. It is packed here. Pack house to see their Yankton Bucks take the field tonight.
Carter Williams, low snap, looking to pass. And another pass breakup by Miles Drotzman. I think he was even looking for a pick 6 kind of situation there, but he'll settle for knocking it out of play.
Yeah, great play there. He's had 2 really good plays on this drive. The breakup on the deep shot earlier in the drive, and then he's able to read that curl route and almost pick that off. They're testing him early, and so far, Miles Drotzman has been up to that test.
32 seconds to go in the first quarter. About 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7 for the Scoopers. And Williams has Edley Amaro rushing him, and Edley Amaro brings him down in the backfield. Edley Amaro. He would not be stopped. He found his helmet earlier, Josh, and he was ready to go. That's our sack of the game. Brought to you by Vantage Financial. Contact Adam Walter of Vantage Financial today. Search Adam Walter Vantage Financial. What a play by Edley Amaro.
Yeah, found his helmet earlier and found the quarterback on that play. Blew up the right tackle and got back for the sack. Nice job by this Yankton defense, and they're sitting in good field position. But, Bryce, that is going to do it for the first quarter here, as Sturgis is going to let this clock run out and flip field.
The first quarter sponsors were First Dakota National Bank. For more than 150 years, they've been providing South Dakota families and businesses just like yours with personalized banking services. First Dakota National Bank is proud to support the Yankton Bucks, member FDIC. And the UPS store, offering packing and shipping, plus printing services, mailboxes, and direct mail services. Helping small businesses reach their goals in Yankton across from Walmart. Yankton 7, Sturgis nothing. That's your scoreboard update. And that is brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. Their #1 goal at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab is to make each patient feel at home and know they are truly there to help you live a healthier, pain-free life. SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. Visit them at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. Your quarter break brought to you by Alani New Energy Drinks. Wellness should feel good and taste good, which is why Alani New Energy Drinks should be part of your daily routine. Increase physical performance and boost focus with just 10 calories, no sugar or gluten. Alani New Energy Drinks are a healthy way to fuel your fun. We'll keep it right here as we begin the second quarter of action, Josh. And what an opening quarter for the Bucks. They wanted more points, but the way they got their first touchdown was pretty dominant.
Yeah, nice touchdown pass from Nelson to Cirk in that first drive. Didn't find anything on that last drive. But the Yankton defense answering the call earlier here. Get a big sack from Edley Amaro, and now Sturgis punting from deep in their own territory.
And a low snap and maybe a partial block by Yankton, and it will go out of play at the Sturgis 28. But we do have a flag, and I think, Josh, I'll bet you a Josh Boelter dollar. It's a false start.
That's possible. We'll see what the flag is here. Obviously, if this is on Sturgis, that's going to put the Bucks even deeper into Sturgis territory to start this drive. We'll have to wait for the call. And it looks like that is on Sturgis. Penalty declined, so they're just going to take the ball here, Bryce, at about I think they're marking this out like the 24, maybe even the 25 here, Bryce. Great starting field position for the Bucks.
Yeah, Yankton's already almost in the red zone. They'll take that.
And they are backing this one up a little bit. Call it the 27, but still great field position here on the drive number 3 for Yankton.
2 receivers left side, 1 right. Evan Cirk, the lone running back. Handoff Cirk, and he's brought down behind the line. Loss of a yard. And Evan Cirk really had nowhere to even try to go there.
And Bryce, Sturgis is winning some of those battles up front early here in these last couple drives. I thought maybe that was a pull option on that play, but I think maybe not now, as Yankton sit with 2nd and 11 here on this play.
Owen Knightsness in motion. 3 receivers left side. Nelson drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket. And almost brought down and then just dumps it off to Evan Sirk. Kind of a safety net pass there. And Sirk able to scramble up to the Sturgis 25-yard line, so gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
Risky, but it paid off. You get a couple yards on that one. And I want to talk about looking at Calvin Kettleson again here for Sturgis. He blew through the line again immediately on that play. He's got a sack and a TFL in this game early.
3rd down for Yankton. Dropping back Nelson. Will step up, look to the center of the field, pass out to Carson Ness, and it is broken up in the end zone. Broken up by Tegan Wormstad. It was a 50-50 ball right there. Actually, maybe not even in favor of Carson Ness at all. He really would have had to reach through Wormstad. So nice defensive play by Sturgis.
Nice defensive play there to get the pass breakup. And now Bryce, 4th and 8 from about the 25. I think Yankton's going to go for this one as they are lining the offense up. Trips left here in the shotgun formation.
You don't get it, you treat it like a punt, right? Trips receivers far side. Nelson. Pass right side to Ness at the 15. And lunges forward, gets to the 12. And that should be enough for a Yankton Bucks first down. It is. The chains move. Yankton's in the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone.
Gutsy play call there. Curl route to Ness. Nelson finds him. First down Bucks at about the 12.
And handoff Sirk. Tries to go up the middle and is stopped again, this time at the about the 12, right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe they're going to give him a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 9 for Yankton.
Not much going here on this run game these last couple drives outside of Nelson scrambling here. That first drive, they had much more success to the ground. Wonder if maybe Sturgis has made a few adjustments to that ground or to that rushing attack here for the Bucks.
Yeah, they're big up front, that's for sure. Empty backfield now. Nelson rolling. Has Cohen Zarbach in the corner, but underthrows, and it's an interception by Sturgis. And the return will get to the 6 or 7 yard line. We do have flags all over the field.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is here, though. He did have a receiver open the backfield. Nelson, though, on the run, just kind of underthrew that ball. I think this one might be on the Bucks, but we'll wait and see what the call is here.
Waiting on the call. Do you see who got the interception?
I did. It was hard to see from up here who caught that ball, Bryce.
It was a scooper. We know that much. This much we know, Josh. It was a Sturgis scooper.
This much we do know, and I think the penalty is on the Bucks as the Yankton defense is getting on the field here. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, it's a holding on Yankton. So the penalty would be decline, interception for Sturgis. But yeah, you're right. Cohen Zarbach was open in that far back pylon, but being on the move, very difficult throw to make. Nelson underthrows, and now Sturgis has possession.
Yeah, and now, so I think they're adding the penalty yardage from the hold here on the, I don't know, maybe the second penalty. Either way.
Oh, we are being told by our very own Brayden Butler face mask.
Okay, face mask here. So about a 5-yard face mask on the play, but either way, now Sturgis taking the drive here from about the 12.
Carter Williams. Handoff Jose. Bounces to the near side. And gang tackle. He is brought down by Cale Hazelhorst at the Sturgis about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, nice little job there to get a good, decent run out of that. He identified that it looked like it was Grotenheis who was going to be blitzing on the inside. Jose bounces out, and then Hazelhorst made a good tackle on the outside. Called about 2nd and 7 here.
9:50 to go in the first half. Empty backfield for Williams. 3 receivers, right, 2 left. Yankton secondary is going to be busy. Williams drops back and pass off to Wormstad. And he is brought down by about 4 different Yankton Bucks and about the 17. So gain of a yard, maybe 2, and it'll bring up 3rd and, let's say, 5.
Good job there by the second level of the Bucks defense. A lot of times when you get those tunnel screens, you'll go through the line as a defensive lineman thinking, oh my goodness, I got a free shot at the quarterback, and then all of a sudden, boom, pass is dumped over your head. Nice job by the second level of that Yankton defense to not allow much on that play.
Big 3rd down here. Trips receivers right, 1 left. Williams rolls right under some pressure. Bryce Krall gets back there, passes up in the air, and intercepted by Yankton. It was deflected and eventually picked off. And number 22, Matt Grotenheis, the 5'10 senior, pulls it down for the Bucks in Sturgis territory. and a nice heads-up play.
Bryce, that's one of the craziest deflections I think you'll ever see. It bounced off a receiver's hands, and I think it was Cale Hazelhorse that actually initially had his hands on for Yankton, and it bounces forward into the hands of Matt Grotenheis. Big turnover there for the Bucs defense.
Now Easton Nelson in the offense. Nelson, quarterback keeper, tries to go up the middle to the linebackers. He is brought down by a mixture of linebackers and linemen at the Sturgis 20, and a gain of 3 on the play.
Gain of about 3 on the quarterback keeper there. He chose to keep it on the option, and a positive gain there on the ground after a couple drives where Yankton hasn't really been able to get the ground game going.
2nd and 7. Handoff, Sirk tries to bounce to the outside and is brought down again. Josh behind the line. Nothing he's doing wrong at all. These defenders are meeting him at the handoff point.
Yeah, meeting him at the handoff point, like you said, and the defensive line here for Sturgis is winning that battle up front early in this first half, as they're now sitting at Yankton in a 3rd and about 7.
Trips receivers right side. Nelson under pressure from the back, and he's brought down in the backfield. A sack for Sturgis. And Sturgis trying to spoil Yankton's homecoming here tonight. Defensively, Josh, they are looking very, very formidable.
Calvin Kettleson, once again, he's got 2 sacks and a TFL in this game. Yankton's going to have to figure out what they're doing with him because he is having his way with this Yankton offense in this first half.
And Yankton going for it on 4th down. Why not? Deep in Sturgis territory. Owen Eidsness in motion far to near. Nelson looking downfield. Nice protection. Still looking. Really nothing there. He'll keep it himself and will not convert. He gets positive yardage, but not near the first down marker. So turnover on downs. Sturgis Scoopers will take over with 7:22 to go in the second quarter.
Nice job by the Sturgis offense. I think that's one you almost got to throw up either way, just because it's 4th down, and if not, you turn the ball over on that. But this Sturgis defense is responding. That's twice now that they've given the ball to Yankton deep in their own territory, and the Bucs have come up with 0 points out of that, Bryce. Nice response by the Sturgis defense.
Sturgis has the ball on their own 23-yard line. I think that's about the 22. 2 backs and a quarterback. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Back in motion. And this time it is Kano with takes the direct snap and keeps it off to the right side. No gain on the play. Actually, no, are they sure? They said Joe, so I'm pretty sure that was number 3.
Looked like a quarterback keeper on that play, like you said. And Yankton's doing a good job, Bryce, of containing the run game early in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up here as they go to that power formation again, where it's Kano back in at quarterback.
Yeah, and 6:48 to go in the second. Kano looking to pass, middle of the field. It is brought in for a big first down and a big gain on the play. That is Dalen Dayshak, the 6'3" senior.
Nice play there. They get the receiver streaking across the middle, like you said there. That's Dayshak, who was streaking across the field, and he gets a big first down for a nice completion there and moving the chains for the Sturgis offense.
Yeah, all the way to the Sturgis 42. As the clock keeps ticking. And we do have a flag out, and you think maybe a false start.
Yeah, false start here. Looks like that's going to be on the right tackle for Sturgis there. I believe that was Noah Schaefer's who is going to get the call on that one.
So false start, and now it's at the 37. The ball will be placed. So 1st and 15 for the Scoopers. And Kano, the quarterback again. Snap, handoff. Going off to the right side. And met by a host of Yankton Bucks was, I believe that was Jost. Nope, that is Peter Pye, the 5'7" junior.
Yeah, well, it was Matthew Sheldon and company in there on the tackle on that one. Really stuffed that play behind the line of scrimmage. And now 2nd and very long here for the Sturgis offense as they're trying to get something going here. Shutout so far in this first half.
And 5:20 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 lead for the Bucks. Kano, quarterback keeper, takes a direct snap off to the left side. Cuts up and met by two Yankton Bucks. Bryce Kroll and Matthew Sheldon. Who else?
Yeah, a dominant pair of senior linebackers here for this Yankton defense. They've been great all season, and you saw why on that play. Their ability to have a nose for the football and get to it and make the tackle. You saw it right there on display. If one wouldn't have made it, the other would have.
4:50 to go in the first half. 3rd and long for the Scoopers. Ball on their own 39-yard line.
3rd and long here. You got to expect him to go deep on this play. They've been testing Drotzman this game. Not too much success. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here for Sturgis on this one. Big play, big moment in this game in the first half.
It's a timeout by Sturgis. Timeouts are brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When it's time for a new job, maybe a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Back in 30 seconds, Yankton Bucks football, KYNT and KYN-TV.
Introducing the perfect match for your Yankton High School sports nights. Ben's Brew Station and KYN TV. Whether it's a hard spike, exciting goal, or the biggest Friday night football matchup, we're here to ramp up your spirit and bring the video streaming excitement to you. Gather your friends, your family, and tune into the action. Cheer for every moment with the area's biggest Yankton sports fans. Ben's Brew Station is your sideline seat to unforgettable high school sports moments. If KYN TV is streaming it, it's on at Ben's Brew Station.
And welcome back to Crane-Youngworth Field. Bryce Ladwig alongside the legendary Josh Boelter. 4:32 to go in the first half.
You say legendary. Only one of us is one Sportscaster of the Year.
Oh, my gosh.
You didn't think I was going to bring that up again?
I appreciate you. And Carter Williams back at quarterback. They've been going back and forth, Josh, with him and Kano. And Kano has passed.
Yeah, he had a nice completion earlier in this drive as we get play action from Williams. Taking a deep shot. Good coverage there from the Bucks, Bryce. As they're going to get off the field, double coverage. It was Hazelhorst as well as Bodie Thurman in on the play.
Yeah, and Sturgis' sideline wants a pass interference, and I think they're going to get a 15-yarder on the far side as a flag gets thrown. They wanted to pass interference. Here's the thing, Josh. Yankton didn't make a play on the ball, or they really weren't making a play on the receiver. Everyone just kind of ran into each other a little bit.
Yeah, and you're going to get the penalty there on that one. And that's big in a game where it's been a defensive battle so far. At that point, you got to guess whatever was said over on that sideline, you can't exactly say on the air.
No, I'm assuming that was Chris Koleski, the head coach for Sturgis. Of course, Yankton coached by head coach Brady Muth. Assisted by Justin Olson, Terry Huber, Brady Hale, TJ Beacom, Dan Schwach, Blake Savvy, and Jason Savvy. Realize we forgot to mention the coaches. 4:25 to go in the first half. Punt crew out for Sturgis. Punt is in the air. Back to return Connor Slava at his own 32-yard line. Well, just forward for the fair catch. Yankton takes over on their own 32.
And now, Bryce, Yankton trying to get something going here after a good first drive. They've gotten a couple possessions inside the Sturgis 30 here and have not been able to capitalize on that. Let's see what happens now here after a couple failed drives and see if they can get something going.
Two receivers right to left. Easton Nelson claps the hands. Takes the snap, drop back, quick pass off to Owen Eidsness, but off of either an offensive lineman or a defender, and incomplete pass as it will go down in the scorebook.
Yeah, I think Robert Sperling, the 6'1 edge rusher there for Sturgis, got his hands on the ball. Nelson had Eidsness open, but like I said, I think Sperling just got his hands up and blocked the pass.
Owen Eidsness in motion near to far side. And Nelson pass out to Sheldon, overthrows Sheldon a little high. And Sheldon couldn't pull it down one-handed, so incomplete. And I think Sheldon had some room if he was able to pull that down.
Yeah, wasn't able to pull that one down. Like you said, pass was a little high, and now Yankton in danger here of going 3 and out very quickly on this drive.
4:08 to go in the first half. And Nelson. Rolls to the far side. Looking for Carson Ness. He has him open at the Sturgis 30. What a grab from Carson Ness! Loch Ness brings it in at the Sturgis 25. Is brought down. A great throw, but Carson Ness, Josh, the credit goes to the senior.
Great throw and catch, and that play was thrown off very early as Calvin Kettleson got in the backfield early. He's got 2 sacks today. Nelson did a good job of scrambling out and finding his star wide receiver for a big play.
Wow. And now Easton Nelson, quarterback keeper, gets to the second level. He'll have another first down and is brought down at the Sturgis 10. Yankton in the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone and knocking on the door of another score.
Yeah, and the senior quarterback saw a hole up the middle there. He took it himself and a first down, now sitting deep in Sturgis territory.
3.5 minutes to go first half. Nelson pulls down the ball and moves out to the far side. He is right at the line of scrimmage there. So little to no gain on the play.
Yeah, not sure if that was a broken play or just really good coverage from Sturgis or what, but Nelson looked like he was trying to throw on that play, didn't see anything, and took off almost immediately after that, and maybe a yard or two, if any.
Second and goal, Yankton on the 10. Ball on the far hash marks. Connor Slaba in motion. And we have a flag coming in behind Sturgis.
I think this is going to be a false start on Carson Ness here, I think is what they're going to call, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yep, Yankton being backed up. Yankton going to have to clean up these penalties, Josh, in the second half.
Yeah, a lot of penalties early, encroachment, false starts, things like that, little things that, they're going to obviously want to clean up.
Second and goal, and Nelson pass out to the right side. It is brought in by Bryce Krull, and Bryce Krull is hit hard out of a play at the Sturgis 6 or 7 yard line. We'll bring up still third and goal from that position.
Yeah, and he had a drop earlier in this game. Nice job to respond, though. Get a good catch and take that for a couple yards here and put it up in a third and more manageable.
Nelson, quarterback keeper at the 5. Touchdown, Yankton! Easton Nelson saw a route he liked, kept the ball, and got into the end zone. A Yankton Bucks score from the senior quarterback.
Nice job by Easton Nelson. His feet are just as dangerous as his arm. He made the decision to keep that ball and took it up the middle for a touchdown.
There will be no stopping Easton Nelson on that carry. Kevin Ortiz for the extra point. Kilgary the snapper. Tate Bestie the holder. Nice snap, nice hold. Extra point is up and is good. 14-0 Yankton. So far, $28 going to the Yankton Booster Club by way of Core Trust Bank. They're doubling down on Yankton points this season. Back in a minute, Yankton Bucks football, KYNT, KYN-TV.
Here comes pressure. Bailey hit from behind and he's dropped. Nick Gay's his second sack of the day.
Presented by Core Trust Bank, the Coyote football team hosts Northern Iowa Saturday, October 12th at 2 o'clock in the Dakota Dome for the annual Dakota Days game. Join the fun. Tickets are available now at goyotes.com.
Charles Pierre, here's the 15, cuts back left. He's to the 10, down the sideline 5, runs over a tackler and muscles his way in. Touchdown, South Dakota.
Hey Yankton, are you looking to get down and dirty with full-time benefits and great pay? This is Luke from Hydro Maintenance. Come join our maintenance team where every day is something new, from electrical and all the way to hydraulics. We need your hands-on experience and mechanical knowledge. Hydro Maintenance is waiting for you. At Hydro, you will be a part of a bigger story, a story shaped by you. Apply today. Jobs.hydro.com. That's jobs.hydro.com. Search Yankton.
All right, welcome back here to Crane-Youngworth Field. And Yankton will be kicking off to Sturgis. 3:09 to go in the first half. Yankton leading 14-0 after an Easton Nelson, about a 7-yard touchdown run. Liam Villanueva to kick. Ball in the air, and there will be a return. No, maybe. As the ball is bobbled there at the 5. It is recovered and brought to the Sturgis 14, maybe the 15-yard line. We do have a flag on the far side of the field.
Yeah, and I think this one might pin Sturgis a little bit deeper back. Usually in this territory, you get a holding or something like that, and going to be tough field position here for a team that hasn't put any points on the board. We'll see what happens here. And actually, they're going to call a face mask here on the Bucks, the second face mask of this game in the first half for Yankton.
And now Sturgis going to back out. Ball on the 20. And Carter Williams. And Williams handoff. And he gets to back to the line of scrimmage.
Jost on the carry, brought down by number 5.
And that is Jost on the handoff there, and then the carry. So second down, Scoopers. 2:47 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think it was Reich or Frang on the front line there that made a nice play on that one, blew it up, and like you said, a yard, if any, on that play.
And Sturgis' huddle breaks. 2 receivers far side, 1 near. Scratch that, 2 on the near. And Williams taking his time. Takes a snap. Jost, handoff. And gains 1 or 2 yards on the carry, but Yankton doing a really nice job of either stopping that run up the middle now or just slowing it down.
Yeah, they're doing a good job against the run in this game, and now you're actually going to see the Bucs take a timeout here. Reason is they still got 2 left. I think they're going to try to save some clock. If they can get a stop here, all of a sudden they're looking for the chance to add some points before halftime.
All right, timeouts are brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When it's time for a new job, maybe new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Back in 30 seconds, Yankton Bucs football, KYNT and KYN-TV.
If you think education needs to be a higher priority with your District 18 representatives, how about Harns?
I'm Paul Harns, and I'm running for South Dakota House in District 18. I'm a former educator in the Yankton School District, and trust me, I know the importance of education for our kids and keeping the voucher system out of South Dakota education.
Vote Paul Harns for District 18 House now by absentee or on November 5th. Paid for by Harns for House.
And welcome back here to Crane-Youngworth Field. I'm Bryce Ladwig alongside Josh Boelter. And third down for the Scoopers, about 3rd and 7. 2:14 on the clock. Williams, swing route out to the left side, incomplete pass to Jost, and that will bring up 4th down for Sturgis, and the clock stops, which is even better for Yankton.
Yeah, 2 timeouts, 2:11 left here in the first half. Plenty of time for Yankton to try to add more points on the board. Swing route goes awry there for Sturgis on the incompletion, and now Yankton and looking like they'll get pretty good field position here. Punt pending, of course, Bryce.
Connor Slaba back to return the punt. And the con man will make a play on the ball at the Yankton 47. Gets to the near side of the field into territory of Sturgis and pushed out of bounds at the Sturgis 41-yard line. A decent return for Connor Slaba, where a lot of other returns would just call for a fair catch in that situation.
Yeah, nice job there. That's one of those reasons why he was highlighted as our key player of the game. I mean, that looked like a punt return where there might not have been much there, but he's able to beat his guy outside with the speed and get a good punt return. Now Yankton in good field position here on this drive.
And Nelson, snap and pass off to Connor Slaba, far side. Slaba turning upfield, gets to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Yankton! Connor the con man Slaba gets into the end zone for the Bucs.
Bryce, were we just saying he's pretty fast? I think so. Nice play there, little bubble screen, and I think actually they might say he stepped out of bounds at about the 18, but either way, though, Connor Slaba showing off the wheels. He gets a nice gain on that play and a productive play for a first down.
All right, and now Easton Nelson, quarterback keeper, runs up the middle to the 10 and drags a couple of Scoopers with him, and about a yard short of the first down.
We've seen Nelson show off the wheels, but there we see him show off the power a little bit. He carries a couple guys and gets a productive gain of about 8 on that play.
Minute and a half on the clock in the first half. 14-0 Yankton. It's 2nd and 2. Nelson back to pass. Into Carson Ness in the end zone. Did he bring it in? He did. The Loch Ness brings it in. Touchdown, Yankton. Wow.
Yeah, nice pass there. A tough pass. He threw it low where only Ness could get it, and Ness went down and got it for the touchdown. We've seen them connect a few times in this game and all season, of course. But now the Bucs kind of opening this one up as they're up 20 here, extra point pending.
Gary to snap, Bestie to hold.
Gary snap, Bestie holding. Kevin Ortiz, the extra point kicker, the lefty. Nice snap, nice hold. Extra point is up, and it is good. 21-0 Yankton. 1:19 to go in the first half. So far, Josh, that's $42 going way of Yankton Booster Club by way of Core Trust Bank. They're doubling down on Yankton points this season. We'll be back in 1 minute. Yankton Bucks football, KYNT and KYNTV.
Today's world is changing and you need your general liability plan to change along with it. If you're a business owner, give me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates, a call and let's check your policies. Since you're busy running the business, I'll do all the legwork, so feel free to call, email, or stop down 124 Walnut Street in Yankton.
Are you new to Medicare or turning 65 soon? Have you met IRMA? Who's IRMA? IRMA is an additional Medicare tax that comes into play based on your tax filing income. Let's chat today to see if you'll be meeting IRMA in your Medicare future. Missouri River Associates.
A new choice for peer, Lauren Nelson for District 18 Senate.
My husband and I raised 3 children on our family farm that we've owned for 30 years. Like you, we want our children to make this area their home too. I'm running for District 18 Senate to ensure we have safe communities and grow them with sound economic policies.
Vote now or on Election Day, November 5th for Lauren Nelson, District 18 Senate. Paid for by Lauren Nelson for Senate.
Liam Villanueva to kick for Yankton. And the ball is in the air. Actually, it's kind of a squib kick, going to the right side. And exits at the 21-yard line as the flag comes out. But 1:19 to go here in the first half, Josh.
Yeah, 1:19 to go. Nice touchdown pass from Nelson to Ness on that last drive. Not a bad squib kick there from Villanueva. I just think it was a heads-up play by Sturgis to let that one go out of bounds, knowing they're going to get better field position if it does, and they can save a couple seconds on the clock too. And they got a chance very easily to get right back in the mix on this one as they get the ball first to start the second half. So they could, in theory, get a 2-for-1 score here and then try to score again at the end of the or at the beginning of the second half.
Second quarter sponsors, Yankton Medical Clinic, So Much Care is So Close to Home, and FNBO. The Great Big Small Bank, proud to serve our community for more than 165 years. Stop by your local branch or visit fnbo.com, member FDIC. All right, Sturgis. Carter Williams takes a snap at the 30 and hands it off up the middle. Gain of 2 on the carry. And was that Jost? Yes, it was. 2-yard gain for the Scoopers as the clock runs.
It looks like it was Bryce Crawl who was in on the tackle on that one. A nice job there by the senior linebacker. Make the play on that one.
And now it is Williams. 3 receivers far side, 1 near. Ball in the center of the field. Handoff, Jost up the middle, and no gain. He'll get forward progress to the line of scrimmage, but brought down in part by Edley Amaro.
Yeah, and I thought maybe Sturgis would be a little more aggressive here. They seem content to run this clock and just go to halftime. But like I said, I thought maybe they'd be a little more aggressive on those first 2 plays.
At halftime, we will have the Yankton band performance on the field, and we'll have the mics on so you can take that in. And Josh and I will probably have to step out of the booth so we can actually talk. Those who want to hear us talk the entire time. Hey, speaking of talking, so you're not going to be at the Coach's Corner tomorrow morning?
I am not. I'm actually going down to Lincoln. I'm going to catch the Husker game, and really looking forward to that. And I hate missing the coaches show. You know that. I've been there.
The pizza.
Yeah, the pizza, but also getting to talk to coaches and pick their brains on what they see during the game and stuff like that. Yeah, looking forward to that game tomorrow as well.
Well, halftime is here, and it's Yankton 21-0 over Sturgis. That is your scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. Their #1 goal at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab is to make each patient feel at home and know they are truly there to help you live a healthier, pain-free life. SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. Visit them at SWATchiropracticandrehab.com. We'll be back with your halftime report / halftime performance right here on KYNT and KYNTV.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
Moving is hard work. This is Deb Speck from Vision Real Estate, and I'd like to show you how I can make moving a little easier. From staging your home, providing moving boxes, and the use of our enclosed courtesy trailer, to the behind-the-scenes marketing, attention to detail, you can rest easy knowing you have an experienced professional working for you. Call me, Deb Speck, at 605-664-5555.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's two best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfasts and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, two great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Get it cleaned with Buell's.
Dress shirts, suits, dresses, coats. At Buell's, they specialize in dry cleaning and pressing. You can pick it up or even have it delivered.
Got a tough stain you're worried about getting out? Leave it to Buell's. They're experts in getting out those nasty stains.
Do you wash your own comforter? If you really want it clean, let Buell's do it. Their large-size washers are perfect for comforters.
If you need it clean, take it to Buell's. 444 West 3rd, Yankton.
Boston Shoes to Boots is proud to support Yankton High School athletics. Boston Shoes to Boots is your headquarters for quality and comfortable shoes for the whole family. From athletics and work boots to sandals and dress, we have you covered by our popular brands like Brooks, New Balance, Birkenstock, Red Wing, Keen, and so many more. Shop our location downtown at 313 Cedar Street or visit us online at bostonshoestoboots.com. Boston Shoes to Boots, your footwear expert since 1915.
During October, Yankton Thrive is highlighting careers with our local manufacturers.
I'm Chelsea Sautel. I work at Aztec Industries as a material handler. Manufacturing is it for me. The way it works with my schedule is perfect. So I drop the kids off at daycare, go to work. I'm off work by the time they get out of school. Any sports events, any concerts, any events that they have, I'm available for.
Discover local career opportunities in manufacturing at yanktonsd.com.
Investing in your home is easier and more fun when you have local choices. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
All right, welcome back. And Josh, as we come back, they are honoring Miles Kraske, who, of course, Paralympics silver medal in Paris not that long ago, very recently, and very well-deserved honor here at halftime.
Yeah, an incredible athlete and an amazing accomplishment. The things that he was able to do over in Paris, really, truly, it was amazing.
Yeah, I wish we could actually show all the stuff going on right now with everything, but you know what? The music is, let's just say it's licensed, and we would get taken down.
We'd like to keep broadcasting here for you guys. So.
Yeah, but congratulations to Miles Kraske as he is getting something here at midfield, as you'll see on our viewers on KYN TV, listeners on KYNT. I'm sorry, I'll try to describe it to you. As we have, I believe is that Dr. Kendall down there and Mason Schramm.
Yeah, Dr. Kendall and Mason Schramm. And shout out Mason Schramm. He's been helping us tonight, along with Brayden and Grady and Dan back at the studio as well.
Oh, absolutely. And here we go. What is this? Like Christmas out here. Wow. All right. So it says street sign, Josh, and it says hometown of Paralympic medalist Miles Kraske, and I think I just heard that they're going to place them around town. That is really special.
Yeah, that's a big deal. When you are in a town that is as prestigious as Yankton, some of the things they've been able to do, to them say you're the hometown of this person, that's an incredible accomplishment. It just shows how amazing Miles Kraske has been. and just has so much more to do, obviously, over the coming years. And congrats to him. It really is a big deal.
All right. Well, we'll take a very quick break, and I believe we have the dance team coming out here. So competitive at dance. We'll show you the video, but again, I can't play the entire performance because I'm assuming they're going to use some licensed music. We'll be back here on KYNT and KYNTV. This is the halftime report brought to you by Avera, moving health forward. We'll be back here on KYNT and KYNTV.
It's never a good time to find yourself stuck on the side of the road. When you do, call Gary's Towing, your trusted family-owned towing service, serving the Yankton area for over 50 years. Whether it's light, medium, or heavy towing, they've got the right equipment and the experience to get you back on the road fast. Day or night, call Gary, Mike, or Mason, 665-4351. Gary's Towing, where experience means reliability.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you started a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan. Your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, machine operators, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com. All right, welcome back here to the Avera halftime report. And we do have the Yankton High School band, and we will have that performance for you here on KYNT and KYNTV, because I think we can play this music, Josh.
Yeah, I think we can play this music. We're good to go on this one. So, yeah, let's listen to the sweet sounds of the band.
All right, we'll turn her up here. And this is the Yankton High School Marching Band on KYNT, KYNTV.
YHS Marching Band wishes to thank the University of Wisconsin Lacrosse, Murphy Library, and the historic Mead Museum in Yankton for the photography of the Far West Paddle Wheel Steamboat. We also wish to thank Tracy Tramp for the beautiful depiction of Yankton's Meridian Bridge.
Sarah Sarda is running for State Senate District 18. Sarah, why are you running? I'm running basically because, to be quite honest, is because I was approached. And I just really felt as if there was an opportunity here for someone to step in and make a difference, to be a representative of Yankton and the local voices.
Vote Sarah Sarda for District 18 Senate. Vote today by absentee or on November 5th. Paid for by Sarah Sarda for State Senator.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
Want to take the hassle out of servicing your heating or cooling system? Then sign up for the Kaiser Signature Membership Program. This is Chris Frick with Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Not only will you get peace of mind knowing your units are being serviced regularly, but being a Kaiser Signature member gives you priority service, a discount on parts and labor, and no overtime rates. Take comfort and let our qualified professional technicians keep you running.
Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
All right, welcome back to the halftime report brought to you by Avera, moving health forward. I'm Bryce Ladwig here, and we are in the broadcast booth brought to you by Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express Hotel Direct 605-653-2250. And it's time for your out-of-town scoreboard. That's brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Doors, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Doors, your local authorized Clopay dealer. We bring in literally the only guy that could do this out of any one of us. That's Brayden Butler.
Oh, only one of us has the award, Bryce, but congrats again. I just wanted to get that in there. But we'll go to the out-of-town scoreboard here. Some local teams around the Yankton area. Avon currently trails Tripp, Delmont, Armour, Andy Central Dakota Christian 12-8. That's in the third quarter. Bonham is down to Wolsey Wessington 24-8 lead in the second quarter. Gayville-Vollen picked up a win, 37-12. That game's already final over Sioux Falls Lutheran. And Scotland Menno is currently shutting out Cologne 45-0. That one nearing the half. At the half in Vermilion, Sioux Falls Christian holds a 29-0 lead over the Tanagers. Now looking at some scores around Class 11 AA. Obviously ours here, it's right in front of us. Yankton leads Sturgis Brown 21-0. Huron is up big on Douglas, 36-0. That's in the fourth quarter. At the half, Spearfish is up on Watertown in Watertown. That's a battle between number 1 and number 5 in the polls. Spearfish leads 7-0. Pierre is currently down to 11 AAA's O'Gorman, 21-7 at the half. And Brookings is up 3 on T area. That one is at 9-6, just starting the second half of play. At the half in Mitchell, Aberdeen Central up 14-0 on the Colonels. And that is your scoreboard update for areas around Yankton and Class 11 AA.
Thank you, Brayden. And now we'll turn our attention to the stat recap. It's brought to you by Mayor Signs. If it's time to review the look of your business signage, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including lit, non-lit, digital, and much more. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. The one and only Josh Boelter.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it here. And we'll start with the visiting Sturgis Scoopers. Carter Williams, their quarterback. He's got 5 passing yards at the half. Sullivan Jost with 21 rushing yards. Looks like Jackson Cano with 20 passing yards, 13 rushing yards as well. Dalen Deshak with 20 yards receiving on the night, leading the way for Sturgis. Taking a look for Yankton, how about that senior quarterback, Easton Nelson? He's got 122 passing yards and a touchdown. He's also got 103 rushing yards and a touchdown there. His leading receiver tonight, Carson Ness, he's got 75 yards and a receiving touchdown. Connor Slaba with 22 receiving yards. Evan Sirk, 22 rushing yards on the night, 20 receiving yards. And he had that first touchdown in the first half as well, Bryce.
All right, thank you, Josh. And Josh, let's get into our second half keys to a victory, brought to you by Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first, located at 2701 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton. A nice lead for Yankton, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of steal this one from you and let you get your thoughts on it, though. I think just clean up the penalties.
Yeah, the penalties, and I was going to say the pocket as well. Have allowed some pressures in the first half. And I think, and you know that's something the coaches are talking about at halftime with the guys as they're out here stretching. But I think, like you said, clean up the two Ps, the penalties and the pocket, and I think you're sitting in a really good spot here, up 3 scores going into the second half.
Your third quarter sponsors are First Chiropractic Center, making life better, one adjustment at a time, located at 2507 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton, and Truxedo, a real truck company. We'll be back in 1 minute. Yankton Bucks football, KYNT and KYNTV.
This game break is brought to you by a lot of people supporting the Bucks and Gazelles. So far, these high school athletes have put on quite a show for us tonight. We've had a great and exciting game. So let's break down the highlights and get you up to speed. Hold on. Well, this is unusual. One second. We're getting word from the referee. Let's just listen in.
Due to Representative Julie Auck, Lauren Nelson, and the South Dakota Legislature's vote to cut $109 million from South Dakota public schools, we cannot afford to continue. This game is over.
Folks, this game break was a warning. Representative Julie Auck and Lauren Nelson are attacking South Dakota's excellent education system. But you can stop them from succeeding by voting against Representative Julie Auck and Lauren Nelson in the upcoming election. Our students are counting on you. Paid for by the Save Our Schools PAC, not endorsed by any candidate.
All right, welcome back here to Crane-Youngworth Field. It's time for our third quarter here and homecoming. And Yankton leading 21-0 here. And Yankton will kick this one off, Josh.
Yeah, and Yankton really led by two things in that first half. First off, this defense, they were able to get some pressure, stop the run, not give up the big completion, pitching the shutout in the first half. Then their senior quarterback, Easton Nelson, he had 100 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, as well as over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown on the ground. So really a nice performance from the senior quarterback, as well as his star receiver, Carson Ness, and then the defense pitching a shutout there in the first half, really leading the way.
Liam Villanueva to kick. Yankton moving right to left, Sturgis left to right on your screen or listening device. Second half, Yankton Bucks football is in the air. And it will be played at the 6-yard line in Sturgis. Return to the 20, out to the outside to the 25. Forced out of bounds, the returner. And I believe on that return, that was Brody Royer.
By number 27, Jolton Remnitz-Hahn.
Jolton Remnitz-Hahn with the credited with the tackle, Josh.
Yeah, now, Bryce, we're going to see this Yankton defense take the field. They didn't really give up much at all in that first half, outside of maybe one big pass play that connected on a slant that got taken a little deeper down the field. But other than that, Yankton doing a really nice job on defense. They got some pressure, stopped the run. That's what you're used to from this defense, and I think we'll see more of that in the second half.
Carter Williams out to take the first snap for Sturgis in the second half. Wasn't there an NBA draft pick named Carter Williams? Like a long time ago?
I think it was Michael Carter Williams, maybe. You're thinking of the guy who played for the Sixers. Won Rookie of the Year and then kind of did nothing else.
Just disappeared.
Yeah.
On milk cartons everywhere. All right. The carry to the 25. So right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there. 2nd and 10 for Sturgis.
Not much going there, like you said. Leading rusher based on stats in this first half for Sturgis was Sullivan Joseph. He only had about 20 yards. So this defense picking up right where they left off here in the first play of the second half.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Carter Williams. Looking to pass out to the left side. An incomplete pass, and that was intended for number 24, Cade Wilnerd, the 5'9 senior. It kind of went right through his hands.
Yeah, and I think he was kind of running there before he brought that one in. Had some open space on the quick hitch. Just wasn't able to bring it in.
11-11 to go here in the third. 21-0 Yankton's third down for Sturgis on their own 25. Yankton would like nothing more than to get a stop here and then go score right away.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if Yankton brings a little pressure. Usually they only send for. You don't see them blitz a ton every now and then when they need to, but let's see what Yankton does here on this play.
And pass play, swing route out to Jost. Jost able to cut upfield. He gets to the 40. He has some room on the outside. Forced out of bounds by Carson Ness in Yankton territory. And that will be marked at the Yankton 40. Where are they going to do this? At 45.
Yeah, and that's redemption there for Sullivan Jost. There was a play in the first half where they ran a swing pattern to him on a third down that he dropped. He made up for it there, getting the completion on the swing and taking it for a big gain. Huge play and keeps this drive alive for Sturgis.
So ball at the 46 in Yankton territory. Fresh set of downs for Sturgis, clearly. Williams, handoff Jost, right side, brought down right at the line by Yankton. Crediting Yankton with tackles is usually pretty hard, although I'm pretty sure that was Lucas Cordell. But the reason I'm saying that, Josh, is so many hats to the ball, as Brady Muth always likes to say.
Yeah, and to me, that's one of the biggest signs of a good defense when you have multiple red helmets going towards the ball or whatever color helmet the defense is wearing. In this case, obviously, it's red, and I think that really is one of the true good signs of a defense when you have multiple guys flying to the football.
Two receivers, right, one left. Carter Williams, single back, set in the shotgun. Looking to pass. And miscommunication there as the pass goes off the back of Dalen Deshak, the 6'3 senior. Ran at the pretty much a line of scrimmage, but it was a route going to the near side.
Yeah, and they almost ran him on what's called an arrow route there into the flat. I don't think he was looking for the ball at all there. Back was turned, like you said.
He was confused.
Yeah, an unfortunate error. Now if you're Sturgis, you already completed a big third down on this drive. They had some success on third down early in the first half. Let's see if they can pick that back up here on this 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 Sturgis. Yankton making some adjustments defensively. Carter Williams, quarterback keeper, up the middle. Has a nice run and gets 9 of the 10 yards needed. Josh, you went right through Yankton. Luckily, it fell short by a yard.
And a lot of times when you see teams run on 3rd and 10 and plus territory, you expect that they're going to be going for it. And that made it, I think, an easy decision here for Sturgis as they're keeping the offense on the field. It's 4th and about a yard here. Got to expect they're going to run some kind of power, whether that's the quarterback or with Jost on this 4th down play.
And so it is a single back set. We do have receivers on 2 receivers on each side, 2 pairs. And timeout taken by Sturgis. Timeouts brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When it's time for a new job, maybe a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Back in 30 seconds, Yankton Bucks football. KYNT, KYNTV.
Look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing, read and understand everything. What happens if you cancel? Can you get out of this contract? If you feel pushed into signing the contract, you need to stop and take a step back. If you have questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
All right, welcome back here to Crane-Youngworth Field. 4th and a little over a yard for the Sturgis Scoopers.
Bryce, and I think this was a good timeout here if you're Sturgis. It's the key moment in the game. You're down 3 scores. You can make this 2-score game here with a touchdown, obviously, but I think on a key 4th and 1, it's good to take a timeout and talk about it.
And teams line up on the ball. Carter Williams takes a snap. He's looking to pass off to the near side and incomplete pass. It does hit the turf. And That was Warmstadt. And also, Josh, with that completion, they probably would have given him the first down, judging where he landed, but it was really close anyway.
It was really close, and I think that was a gutsy call there from the Sturgis offense. I know you haven't had a ton of success running the ball, but that's 4th and 1. I think usually more often than not, you're going to see teams run the ball there. Either way, though, Yankton gets off the field, nice stop, and now they get it to an offense that really started to find some momentum in the back half of that first half with a couple touchdowns on their last few drives.
All right, Yankton has the ball now. It's a turnover on downs. Easton Nelson, shotgun. Evan Sirk, the back. Bryce Krall, the blocking back. Handoff Sirk up the middle, off the left guard, and brought down by the linebacking crew. And it's about a 6-yard gain for the Bucks.
Nice start there on this first drive for Yankton. That's something I think on offense they want to see improve in the second half. They didn't get a ton of rushing yards with the backs. Nice start there with about, like you said, about a gain of 6.
Actually make it 7 as 2nd and 4 now for Yankton as Easton Nelson drops back. Rolling to the far side. He's looking downfield. Ball is out and almost intercepted by Sturgis. Intended target Cohen Zarbach at the Sturgis 45. Went right through a Sturgis scooper.
And that's a tough throw to make. You're running to one side, throwing it across your body. That's a tough throw for the pros to make.
Not Sam Darnold.
So, not Sam Darnold or Jared Goff, some are saying.
Or J.J. McCarthy next year.
You know, based on the fact that the Lions have a bye, Jared Goff's not going to have a pass at the ground for like 2 weeks.
Easton Nelson, shotgun. These are Cowboys fans.
Yeah, exactly. Or Packers fans. Hi, Mason.
Connor Slava gets the ball on the near side. And cuts up to the field, to midfield, right at the 50. And that'll be enough for a Yankton Bucks first down.
Yeah, nice play on that one. Get it on the out. Get it. Let your playmakers make a play. You convert there and keep the drive alive.
And Easton Nelson.
Handoff here. Actually, Nelson's going to keep this one on and take it forward. And he's still going, dragging a few defenders with him. He's got the first down and more on that quarterback keeper. Easton Nelson, over 100 rushing yards in the first half, Bryce, and keeping it going there with a nice gain.
Yeah, he just carrying some scoopers on his shoulder pads. We often, with quarterbacks, you don't give a lot of credit to their power, but we have enough this year, but so much power in those legs, Josh.
Yeah, a lot of power there, and we saw it on a play in the first half as well where he dragged a couple guys and keeping it going right there. And now Yankton starting to move the ball here with a couple first downs.
First down.
Easton Nelson, the shotgun, trips receivers far side. Looking to pass. Carson Ness. Juke move right at the 32-yard line. Maybe the 33, and brought down. We do have flags in the middle of the field. What I'm really impressed with Carson Ness, once he gets that ball, Josh, it is just seamless for him to already put a move on.
Yeah, it is, and that was a correct. And I think what we're going to get here is an illegal man downfield. I think this might be on our own Pioneer Prince, Mark Cottle, on that play. Had a chance to talk with him last night, and really a good kid. But on that play, I think he was a few too many yards down the field.
No, Mark Cottle, good leader on this team, very confident, as he should be. You want your leaders to be confident.
Absolutely. I'll say this. He was rocking the cowboy hat during pregame when they were announcing the royalty candidates from this year, and he had the cowboy hat on, and it was awesome.
Never in doubt. 3 receivers far side. Easton Nelson rolls that direction. Pass out to Slaba, and Slaba gets to the original line of scrimmage. And that is the Sturgis 39. And so that'll be about second and 9.
Yeah, and Slaba's so dependable. They've been getting him on the outside, especially a lot today. And you saw it again right there for about a gain of 5 or 6.
United States in motion far to near side. Nelson drops back, empty backfield, under some pressure, steps up. Looking downfield and just threw it a little low, a little far for Eidsness in the middle of the field. He raises that pass up a little bit. That's probably 6, but I say that all while knowing that's a very difficult throw.
Yeah, that's sidearmed on the run. That's a tough throw to make, and Nelson almost got it there. Came up just short. Now Yankton looking at a 3rd and 10 here. From about the 40, don't be surprised. I mean, obviously, if they get a few yards here, as long as they don't go backwards, they might end up going for this.
And Nelson staying just shy of the Yankton Y. Dump off pass to Sirk, and Sirk makes a business decision not to try to bring that one in. He had a Sturgis scooper bearing down on him, and he would have gotten nothing anyway. So it's 4th down for the Bucks. That will bring out Matthew Sheldon in the punt crew.
Yeah, and Bryce, there was pressure up the middle almost immediately on that play. Blew that one up from the beginning. Nice job, nice response from the Sturgis defense. They were put in a bad spot or a tough spot after that failed 4th down. They do a good job of getting the ball back and out of this offense after a big stop.
And Sheldon boots it. And fair catch called at the 10, but we do have a flag out. Did someone run into Sheldon?
Yeah, and that's going to move the ball forward. It depends on if it's roughing or running. Running, it's 5 yards. Roughing, it's 15. Even if it's running, you got to think it's going to move it forward 5. And actually, they're going to signal, Bryce, that is roughing the kicker, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down here for the Bucks. They catch a big break on special teams with that penalty.
Yeah, and so Yankton will have the first down in Sturgis territory, knocking on the door of the red zone. That poor football. It had to get kicked by Matthew Sheldon for no reason, Josh. Football has a family. Two receivers near, too far. Ball right on the Sturgis 25. Slaba in motion. Nelson dropping back. Pass off the fingertips and intercepted by Sturgis. Cohen Zarbach went through his hands, ends up with the Sturgis Scoopers. And I believe, Josh, that was Brody Royer, the 6'1 junior, with the interception.
Yeah, nice play there. Immediately back on the field was the Sturgis defense. They force a turnover off the tip pass. Like you said, looked like it was Zarbach who's got his hands on that one, and unfortunately, it just popped up in the air. Nice catch there by Sturgis, and they get the ball back to the offense now. Maybe just one play later than what we expected.
You know, just treat it like a punt, right?
Absolutely.
And so Sturgis and Carter Williams have it on their own about 14. And the snap. Williams rolls to the near side. He steps up now, and will keep it himself, and is brought down at the Sturgis 15. Maybe an extra yard or two after that, but not much there. I think he was just looking downfield for a long time. He did have a receiver open very far down the field, Josh, and Ethan Graff.
Yeah, and Bryce, I appreciate your analysis there, but I don't think it's going to matter. There's flag on the field, and I think this is going to be holding on the offense here and coming back.
Man, I saved it all up, too.
You did. It was great.
Thanks, buddy.
It was great. That's why you're the sportscaster of the year. Yeah,
You and Brayden both.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be the new running joke. Even though, seriously, though, congratulations. But it is a holding penalty on that play, and that's going to move Sturgis back here at the start of this drive.
And the signal for the clock to keep going. There is 6:56 to go here in the third quarter. Yankton leading 21-0 in a packed house here at Crane-Youngworth Field. It's always packed, but it's really packed here tonight. A sea of red, and the entire fence line is covered with spectators as well. Carter Williams takes a snap. Handoff. Jost goes up the middle, and not much there. Yankton's defense, they gave up a couple runs in the first quarter, Josh, getting settled in, but they haven't given up anything up the middle for about majority of 3 quarters.
Yeah, and they've been stout in the run game, and you saw it again right there. Not much given on that play. Now second and very long here for Sturgis as they're trying to move this football and get right back in this game, but it's going to be a tough task with how this Yankton defense is playing.
And 5 receivers out. Empty backfield. Williams. And we have a flag. False start going on Sturgis. That will back him up. And Sturgis really their own worst enemy right now on this drive. At this point, Carter Williams is going to be taking the snap, if he does so in the shotgun, in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, another penalty there. Penalties really killing any momentum that Sturgis had going into this drive. I mean, defensively, you get the big pick and looking to get something going here, but penalties setting the Sturgis offense back.
So ball placed at the 3. And again, 5 receivers set for the Scoopers. Carter Williams, as the empty backfield, looks to a pass. To the center of the field, and just overthrew his intended target. That was Dalen Dishak, the 6'3 senior. A decent pass in that situation. Nice defense by Yankton, of course, but right at about the Sturgis 40.
Yeah, taking a shot play there up the middle. Might have had his guy just a little bit. Like you said, not a bad pass at all. Now third and very long. Called about third and looks like 20 or so to me here, Bryce. And it's going to be a tough spot as Sturgis trying to get something going here. We'll see if they take a shot or if maybe they set up a screen or something like that to try to get some yards, get out of the back of the end zone.
Yep, third and very, very, very long for the Scoopers. Carter Williams standing in his own end zone. Single back set. He rolls right. Looking for the pass, and pass broken up at the Sturgis 15. Intended target, Ethan Graff, and Cale Hazelhorst all over that one.
He did a good job of identifying that play. Roll out, throwing it to the out. Hazelhorst did a good job of timing, and I thought it didn't look like PI to me on that. I thought it was a pretty clean pass breakup on that. Now Yankton, they're looking like they could get some really good field position here, as it looks like that Slava lined up at about the 35-yard line, or the Sturgis 35-yard line on the punt.
And to return the punt, standing on the Sturgis 35 is Connor Slava. He'll let the ball die, as I think he misread that one in the lights a little bit. He went forward for it, and then it fell about 5 yards behind him and took a Sturgis bounce, but they were so deep anyway, Josh. It's right at the 50.
Yeah, not a bad punt there. Good break for Sturgis. I think Slava maybe just fell, or like you said, misread that one a little bit. But either way, still good field position for the Bucs as they're trying to get something going here. They ended that last drive with the turnover. That's 2 picks here tonight. That's something that you don't see a ton from Easton Nelson. And we'll see if he can clean it up. And still having a good night either way. 3 total touchdowns. Let's see if he can keep that going here as he can start at midfield.
Easton Nelson, handoff, goes to Cirque. Cirque with a 3-yard gain off the right side. Bring up 2nd and 7 for Yankton.
Not a bad little drive starter there. You get about 3 yards on the play. And now Yankton, we talked about them trying to get that ground game going. I mean, Cirque only had 20 yards rushing in the first half. Trying to keep that going now as they got a 2-back set here with Cirque and Sheldon.
And Nelson, play action out to Matthew Sheldon at the 50 to the 45 to the 40. Bounces to the outside, is angled out of bounds at the Sturgis 30, about the 32. I think they're going to mark this one, but break down that play for us, Josh.
Yeah, that was a nifty little screen pass there, long developing with a play action too. They just dump it over into the flat after that to Sheldon, who gets a big gain and a first down for the Bucs.
Carson Ness on the move, near to far side. Nelson, free rusher, trying to get away. Looking downfield, will keep it himself. Cut move to the middle of the field, is hit hard, still stays on his feet. And he is brought down around the 22-ish yard line, maybe right at that first down marker. We'll see where they mark this one, Josh.
Yeah, and there's 2 players you need to shout out on that play, Bryce. Obviously, Easton Nelson, the quarterback, with his feet and able to get out of the pocket and run. But Carson Ness sprung a big block down the field there that really turned that play into a 9-yard gain.
2nd and 1, Yankton. Handoff Cirque, brought down in the backfield, tripped up by his ankles. And that is a loss of 2 on the play.
Calvin Kettleson is having himself a night for Sturgis here, Bryce. At least 2 TFLs and a couple sacks as well. He's been great for the Sturgis defense tonight.
3rd and 4, Yankton. Evans Cirque, the running back. Nelson rolls to the near side. Will keep it himself, gets to the 20, and inside the red zone, brought down. That'll be enough for a Yankton Bucs first down. Yankton in the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone.
Yeah, and Bryce, good decision there by the senior quarterback. I thought for a second he was going to fire that one to Owen Eisnes, but there was a tight window there. He did a good job of pump faking, pulling it in, and ended up taking that by his own accord with his feet to get the first down.
All right, we do have a player down on the field. We'll step aside real quick. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Yankton Bucs football, KYNT and KYN-TV.
A couple days ago, a teacher came into the UPS store to print some worksheets for her classroom. As we were printing, she asked if we could help her design and print a custom banner for her school's upcoming event. Yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion, where for over 8 years we've been serving educators, businesses, and community members with all kinds of printing solutions. Stop by today and let us assist with your next project, and be sure to ask about our shipping services or current print specials.
First down, Yankton inside the red zone. Ball is on about the 16-yard line. It's 17. Easton Nelson claps and drops back. And pass out intended for Evan Sirk, and it hit someone on the line. Josh, who was it?
Yeah, and I think that's another case. We talked about pass breakups on the front line for the defense there. I think it was Deshak who got his hands up and just made a play, recognized that was going over the top to the back and Sirk, and just Deshak made a nice play to get his hands up and knock that one down.
Nope. Easton Nelson now, empty backfield. Keep it himself, follow Derek Beal, the blocker, cuts up to the 5, touchdown Yankton! Easton Nelson scores for the Bucks. That was designed all the way. His second rushing touchdown of the game. Yankton now leads 27-0 here on Pioneer Days.
Nice job there on the design quarterback draw. Easton Nelson takes off and gets the touchdown, having a lot of success. He had over 100 rush yards in the first half and a touchdown there. He has the second one on the ground. Now 4 total touchdowns on the day for the senior quarterback.
And we have a late addition on the field. It's Matthew Sheldon. I think maybe Yankton was a player short. Okay, Yankton has some confusion up front right now, but there's 6 seconds still on the play clock. Kilgary snaps the hold, Tate Bestie, and Ortiz sends it through the uprights. Yankton on top, 28-0. That's another $14 going to the Yankton Boosters Club by way of Core Trust Bank. They are doubling down on Yankton points this season. We'll be back in 1 minute. Yankton Bucks football, KYNT, KYN-TV.
Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including senior EH&S specialist and weekend maintenance technician too. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers and start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Return for Sturgis and brought down at the 22 or 3 yard line. That's where Sturgis will take over offensively.
Yeah, now obviously, Bryce, you're trying to get some momentum going. Haven't really found anything with the run or the pass. Trying to create something, maybe some big play for the Spark. They tried some play action deep shots early in the first half, did Sturgis, and maybe they'll try to go back to that now down 28-0 here in the third quarter.
3:21 to go in the third. You just mentioned 28-0 the score. Yankton on top. And finally, the fall weather is here, Josh. Finally.
It's about time, is all I'll say.
This is football weather.
Ignore that I was looking at the weather tomorrow in Lincoln, 95 degrees.
What's your fault?
That is my fault.
Carter Williams back to pass. Pass out to the near right side in Yankton territory. And nice job by Miles Drotzman getting in the way of that one. That was Wormstadt, the intended target.
And I don't know what Sturgis saw on tape throughout the week, but they clearly saw something where they wanted to test Drotzman deep. They've done that a few times. And like I said in the first half, Miles has been up to the task there, Bryce. He's done a really good job. He did. He did. And they've tested him a lot on the deep ball 3 or 4 times, and each time he's answered the bell on that, doing a great job and having a great game is Miles Drotzman.
Second down for Sturgis. Handoff, Jost. And really nothing there for Joes, maybe even a small loss on the play. Yankton able to just crash down on those gaps.
Bryce on that play, identified it immediately, got in there, get the stop, fill the gap. Then his buddy Matthew Sheldon was able to help come clean that one up. Now 3rd and 11 here for Sturgis. As you got to think they're going to be trying to test down the field once again.
So 3rd and 11 for the Scoopers. And Williams has a single back and 2 receivers on each side. Ball in the center of the field. Back to pass. Under some pressure. Lucas Cordell gets back there, and the ball is thrown and incomplete pass. Pretty much at the line of scrimmage. I think that was just a desperation throw there from Williams, but that will bring out the punt crew.
Lucas Cordell blew that play up, Bryce, and he's a guy we don't see on defense a ton, but when he's made an impact. He had a big tackle in the first half, blew up that play, and you saw it in Watertown, too, where he had a couple sacks, and he's been great on defense when they give him the chance, and another nice play right there.
And the punt is off, and Connor Slava back to return right at the 50, catches it, and tries to make a play upfield, but brought down where he catches it, basically. And Yankton will take over right on the 50.
Right on the 50, and once again, good field position here for Yankton. They had a nice drive. Last time out, Easton Nelson really made a couple plays with his feet, including an 18-yard run on a quarterback draw to punch off the last drive. And now up 28-0 here, really looking to maybe slam the door shut here with a touchdown on this drive.
Single back set. Nelson. Handoff. Cirk to the outside. Now cuts back to the middle and is brought down after a gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 7 for Yankton.
Not much on that one, but I think Cirk did a good job of following his blockers and then having the vision to make the cut. Unfortunately got tackled there, but not a bad little gain to start the drive.
Yeah, really patient in the backfield, letting things develop in front of him. 2 receivers each side now for Yankton. Nelson, quarterback keeper, goes up the middle and is 3 yards short of the first down. So we're bringing 3rd and 3 now for Yankton.
And I think he had an option on that play out of the sweep where he could either give that to Cirk or keep it. He decided at the last second, I think, to keep it and got a nice little gain there for about 4 or 5 yards.
So 3rd and 3 for the Bucks. Trio of backs behind Easton Nelson. Handoff, Cirk following his 2 blockers. Has the first down and then some. Gets up into the secondary and is brought down at the Sturgis 33. What a run for Cirk, but also great job by those blockers.
Yeah, brought in a couple blockers at the back there. Looked like Sheldon. I didn't see who else was in there, but I think that's a play. It might have been Chase Ladwig. That's a play if your coach, Terry Huber, you keep bookmarked because the hole they created there was impressive.
And the same formation here. It is Ladwig and Sheldon. And it is Cirk going up and following him. And gets a nice gain about 4 or 5 yards again. And maybe that's going to be the running game the rest of the game because, you know, if he's able to follow a couple of blockers, at least one, Cirk has the speed and the power to get positive yards.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen this formation this season as they have another play out of it, a pitch play to Cirk here. And he's springing loose down the field, Bryce. He's got about a gain, call it about 10 on the play, and a first down out of bounds. That should end the 3rd quarter. They went right back to that power formation. Had a nice gain out of it on a pitch play.
They're now in the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone. That does end the 3rd. And it is Yankton 28-0. That's your scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. Their number 1 goal at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab is to make each patient feel at home and know they are truly there to help you live a healthier, pain-free life. SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. Visit them at SWATChiropracticandRehab.com. And this quarter break brought to you by Alani New Energy Drinks. Well, it should feel good and taste good. Do we have it on time down?
I think they're going to say, not sure they lined him up, I think because Cirk went out of bounds on that last play. That's what they're calling here, and I think we are going to have another down on that play. Sorry to interrupt your ad read there, Bryce, but Bucks sit here, trips right now on second down.
Nelson now rolling pitch option, does pitch out to Cirk. Cirk cuts up field at the first down marker. He's in the outside and brought down another Bucks first down. And that will be at around the 17 or 18 yard line, and that will end the third quarter. Again, the scoreboard update was brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, and this quarter break is brought to you by Alani New Energy Drinks. Wellness should feel good and taste good, which is why Alani New Energy Drinks should be part of your daily routine. Increase physical performance and boost focus with just 10 calories, no sugar or gluten. Alani New Energy Drinks are a healthy way to fuel your fun. Back in 1 minute, Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYN-TV.
It's time for your seasonal flu shot. Flu vaccine is recommended for all those aged 6 months and older. Appointments are recommended. Call 665-7841 to schedule yours today. Walk-ins will be accommodated, insurance billing available, and most major insurances are accepted. Visit YanktonMedicalClinic.com to download the flu shot form and for more information. A shot of prevention is worth a season of health. Seasonal flu shots, just one more way Yankton Medical Clinic provides so much care, so close to home.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
And Easton Nelson takes the snap and will be brought down in the backfield for Sturgis. And who got back there, Josh? That was...
Looks like it was Robert Sperling who was in on the sack there. And Bryce and Sturgis. I keep having Spearfish on the ring 7 score checking for 11 AA. They're down 14-7 against Watertown right now. But Sturgis getting some pressure on Easton Nelson. I believe that's their 3rd sack of the game here.
Yankton moving left to right on your screens, listening device now. Sturgis right to left. Nelson rolls far side. Looking downfield, very patient, has some time, and uncorks one right at the Sturgis 16-yard line. It is brought in by Cohen Zarbach.
Tough throw and catch there. Good coordination from Cohen Zarbach to be able to bring that one in. Knows that he's got to keep his feet in and gets a nice play. And now makes it 3rd and a little more manageable here at about 9 yards on that rollout pass.
1 minute into the 4th. Trips receivers right side, 1 left. Nelson back to pass. And out to Carson S. at the 10. Puts on a move, and it will take 2 Sturgis scoopers to bring him down, but they do so at the point of the catch. And that'll be about the 8-yard line. Maybe gain another yard after the move there, but 3rd and first down. So 1st and goal for the Bucks. I apologize.
And Yankton has been going to that curl route to Ness a lot tonight. You saw it there on a 3rd down play from about 9 yards out. Big play in a 1st down.
Nelson to Slava at the 10. A spin move there and spins down to the 8-yard line. So very small gain on the play. 2nd goal.
Not much on that one. They had some success getting Slava out in space in those bubbles in the first half. Just a good read by this Sturgis defense to make a play.
And Nelson. Handoff to Cirk, and Cirk stopped right behind the line. Loss of about 3 on the play.
That Sturgis defensive line winning the battle on that play. Like you said, a loss of about 2 or 3 on the play. And now Yankton sit with 3rd and goal from about the 11. We'll see what they dial up here on 3rd down.
Trips receivers far side, 1 near. Nelson looking to pass. He's looking for Ness. Right side, goes up for it, and just too tall. And that'll bring up 4th and goal for the Bucks.
And now it looks like we're going to see a field goal attempt here from this.
First one of the year.
Yeah, first one of the year. So that's exciting news. It is Kevin Ortiz out here to kick this one. A really good soccer player for the Bucks. And we're going to get a chance to see his first field goal attempt. It looks like it's from about the 12 or 13-yard line or so.
So we have about, it's at the 18, so a 28-yard field goal attempt for the Bucks and Kevin Ortiz. Nice snap, nice hold. Kick is up and is no good. Missed to the right side. But we do have a flag out on the field. We can do this again.
Yeah, it depends on who the penalty's on. I think they're telling him to stay on the field because I think this might be. Oh, wow. That is on Sturgis there. I didn't see what the call was, but.
Are we going to get a signal here?
I think we did get a signal. I think this might be a personal foul and automatic first down.
All right.
For Yankton. So now you're going to see the offense back on the field here, Bryce.
First down for Yankton. So still no field goal attempts there, Josh.
Yeah, no field goal attempts on the season.
We're still perfect.
But
Yankton is still perfect.
But I think that's a good sign from this Buck offense that's been really efficient and when they're in the red zone and doing a good job of capitalizing on their opportunities this season.
And they're going to carry the ball all the way to just shy of the 6-yard line. Let's say the 5. So 4th and a goal. Yankees are going to try to punch this one in. Nelson keeps it himself. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Yankton! He does it again. A trio of rushing touchdowns for the senior quarterback for Yankton. You can count it. 34-0. Bucks on top here on Pioneer Days.
Nice run there from the senior quarterback. 5 total touchdowns on the day, 3 on the ground. Getting it done with his feet once again, taking it in and putting the Bucks up even bigger in this 4th quarter.
Teagan the snapper. Not Teagan, I mean Gary the snapper. Teagan. And Bessie the holder. And Ortiz will kick the extra point. And a little snap, but a nice hold, and kick is up and through the uprights. 35-0. Josh Yankton on top. That will mean a running clock for the remainder of this contest. And we'll go ahead and step aside for 1 minute. We come back. Yankton Bucks football, KYNT and KYN-TV.
FM 1021 and AM 1450, KYNT, Yankton.
Whether you're nearing retirement or already enjoying it, I'll help you create a financial plan that works best for you. I'm Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial. I believe financial planning should be as enjoyable as a day spent fishing or pheasant hunting. If you want personalized investment planning, retirement strategies, and insurance reviews tailored to your unique goals, let's talk. Search Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial or visit vfplanning.com.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
You want peace of mind that you're healthy. Support your breast health by getting a mammogram every year starting at age 40. Multiple Avera Breast Center locations across the region offer easy access. We'll create a screening plan that makes sense for you. You have access to specialized breast cancer experts should you need it. Find a screening location near you at avera.org/breast.
All right, Leon Villanueva to kick off for Yankton. And return on the far side by Dishak. Gets to the outside and gets to the 25. Still on his feet, brought down. Sturgis will take over on their own 25.
Nice return there to start the drive. Keep in mind, we do have a running clock for the rest of this game. As Yankton punched it on that last drive from Easton Nelson. And I think part of that, you can talk about how well the offense has played, but I think part of that is the defense. They've played really well tonight, not giving up a ton, getting some pressure, got a sack. Really just doing a great job. They've been up to the test tonight against a very tough Sturgis team.
Ball on the 25, and get my binoculars out here. I believe that's at Kano at quarterback. I believe it is. Yep, Kano, and a pass out to the near side, brought in by Cole Litzen, and that is a 2-yard gain for the Scoopers.
I think that was the rover, Lance Pyer, who came in and cleaned that play up on the bubble. Nice job, and that's something I thought we'd maybe see a little more from Sturgis tonight, as they like to throw on those bubbles out quick, and haven't seen a ton of that here tonight, but nice job by Pyer to identify it and go down and make the play.
And it is Kano. Shotgun, single back set, 3 receivers right side, handoff. Jost, and he is brought down right at the line. Very minimal gain on that carry.
Not much, if anything, and like you said, I think he went backwards on that play, and that once again, that stout Yankton run defense, they've been good tonight, and another nice play right there.
And
I think we are seeing a lot of the second team here on defense, actually, Bryce, in this drive. I mean, looking at that front line and throughout the secondary, seeing a lot of the second team guys out in the field here in the fourth quarter.
very important reps for these Yankton Bucks. Kano drops back. Looking to pass, middle of the field, and overthrown. Intended target, Ethan Graff. And two defenders back there for Yankton was Easton Feeser and Tegan LaCroix.
Nice job there on the coverage, like you said, from Feeser and LaCroix.
Too Feezy.
Yeah, too Feezy. I like it. I like it. All right, now Sturgis here getting ready to punt. They're missing their punters. He's running on the field. I think that is starting quarterback Carter Williams running on here to punt the ball, but running on late for sure.
And Connor Slavo, we're ready to return at the Yankton 40. He'll charge forward to the 45. Ball takes a bounce, and it will be dead at the Sturgis 49. We do have a flag on the Sturgis side of the field.
Yeah, and usually in this type of area, you'll see holding or maybe have a block in the back or something like that. We'll wait and see what the penalty call here is, but either way, this ball should stay with Yankton here.
Sorry, I'm looking through my binoculars, trying to find the call here. Great investment.
It's great investment in the binocular, and you love to see it.
No binoculars.
Okay, binoculars.
Brayden has a binocular.
Oh, Brayden has binoculars. Did you pass it down?
Hand-me-downs to Brayden Butler.
Nice.
All right, so do we have any idea what's going on? Okay, so maybe a block in the back or a hold on Yankton?
Yeah, it looks like it's in that territory here. It's now Yankton starting at about their own 35 on this drive with under 6 to play. Once again, we are with a running clock here, so Yankton with the backups, and it looks like that's Tate Bestie at quarterback, line up for the rest of the way here.
All right, Bestie now to the near side is brought in at the 40, moving forward a couple of yards extra. That's Abe O'Brien, the 6'1 junior.
Nice job there. Sits on the route on the hitch there and gets a nice gain of about 7 or 8 on the play, Bryce.
And a lot of these second-team guys, Josh, play for, obviously, the JV team, who are undefeated this season. They're an excellent bunch, and we're going to have some really good Yankton Bucks still coming up the pipeline.
Yeah, and that's a good sign for the future of this team when you have a JV team that's undefeated. Really, like you said, a bright future indeed.
And we have a timeout on the field. Timeout's brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Yankton Bucks football, KYNT and KYNTV.
Are you suffering from a recent injury or chronic pain?
Come see us, Lane and Reed Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of techniques to meet every patient's need and preference, including adjustments, dry needling, acupuncture, cupping, and rehabilitation.
We are dedicated to providing personalized and effective treatment plans to help you perform at your highest level and feel your best.
Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or a sports injury, we've got you covered.
Go to SWATchiropracticandrehab.com to schedule an appointment.
All right, handoff from Tate Bestie, and on the carry, I believe that's Solacek. I think so.
I think they're marking him right about the first down marker there, Bryce. This should move the chains here for the Bucks. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like that is enough for a first down, and this drive is going to continue for Yankton.
Yes, they will move it, and chains move. And the clock keeps moving. 4.5 minutes to go in this contest. 35-0. Bucks on top. Tate Bestie and company. Near hash marks. Bestie, handoff to Sedlacek. He's brought down in the backfield. And if Sturgis has anything going for it, Josh, is this defensive front able to get into the backfield?
Yeah, they've done a great job tonight, Bryce. They've gotten a few sacks, and really, for the most part, outside of the quarterback run, have kind of contained the run game here for the Bucks tonight. And I don't think the scoreboard's telling of how well this defense has played.
Absolutely, and they should be very impressed. I think they are. So we will Still watch this clock go down. Yankton will just keep draining as much of it as possible. And Tate Bestie gets the troops lined up on the ball. And we will have a false start going on Yankton up front.
I think that's going to be on the right tackle there. That might be on Steinberg on that play.
This is a backup Yankton. Immediately following the whistle, we will have your post-game breakdown. Brought to you by Sarah Sarda for State Senate. Tate Bestie pitch option. Does pitch out to Salacek at the outside. Gets to the 40. Cuts up to the 45. Maybe the 44 is forced out of play. The clock will keep running at 2:50.
2:50 to go here. Nice run on the little pitch option once again on that play. 3rd and long now for the Bucks. We'll see if they decide to air it out or just keep it on the ground here.
And Bestie. Takes a snap. Pitch option. Does pitch out to Salacek. Near side. Gets to the 45 and just about to midfield. Hit hard as it goes out of bounds. And that will bring Yankton about 7 yards to the first down marker.
Yeah, and barring a turnover is something that should do it for the Yankton offense tonight. A good performance. Now, obviously not perfect. There are some things you maybe want to see cleaned up in the ground game with the backs and with the front line play. But overall, a good night. You put up 35 points. You had 5 total touchdowns from Easton Nelson here tonight. 3 on the ground, 2 in the air. Really a nice night for him.
And punt from Sheldon. And that will die at the Sturgis 29. And Sturgis has time to get 2 or 3 plays off. And this game will end. And Yankton, Josh, will improve on the season to 4-2.
Yeah, moving to 4-2. And Bryce, they got a big one next week. Brookings, they're going to be up in Brookings. And keep an eye on what they're doing right now. They are up 29-22 on T. They were up 29-6. The T's made a bit of a run here with about 4 minutes left in that game. Make that one close. And another one to keep an eye on, Watertown. They're in a tie game with Spearfish with a minute left in the 4th quarter. Really some close games in 11 AA right now.
1:03 to go on the clock. And keeper for Sturgis' new quarterback. That's Wyatt Marler, the 5'11 sophomore. Where's Chris Hansen when you need him? Like saying, hey, we're going to go live to Spearfish.
Exactly. But, yeah, some big games going on right now. And when those go final, we'll have those scores for you here.
All right, just over 30 seconds to go in this contest. Yankton, not only will that record improve, but their homecoming record will improve to 69-18-4 overall. And a quick handoff for Sturgis, and brought down in the backfield. 2 Yankton Bucks back there on the tackle. That's number 23 and 33 for Yankton. Lance Pyer, of course, and Chase Platt, 5'11 junior.
Yeah, nice play by those two on that one. That's going to do it, Bryce. And the Bucks get a big win here on homecoming to move to 4-2.
35-0 your final score. Yankton Bucks win. The Bucks stops here at Crane-Youngworth Field. We have your post-game breakdown around the corner right here on KYNT and KYNTV.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? Sports injuries can happen quickly, posing threats to your health and ability to participate in your regular athletic activities. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson from First Chiropractic Centers. Chiropractic care can provide pain relief from sore and aching muscles and lead to faster recovery after workout by easing the inflammation you experience, like stiffness, pain, or restricted movement. Visit with us about managing your sports injuries. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Today's world is changing and you need your general liability plan to change along with it. If you're a business owner, give me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates a call and let's check your policies. Since you're busy running the business, I'll do all the legwork, so feel free to call, email, or stop down 124 Walnut Street in Yankton.
Are you new to Medicare or turning 65 soon? Have you met IRMA? Who's IRMA? IRMA is an additional Medicare tax that comes into play based on your tax filing income. Let's chat today to see if you'll be meeting IRMA in your Medicare future. Missouri River Associates.
A new choice for District 18 Senate, Lauren Nelson.
This is Lauren Nelson. I am a firm believer in putting K through 12 classrooms first. I believe in lowering taxes and stopping wasteful spending in Pierre. And I believe engaging all citizens of District 18. If you believe in the same, then I'm your choice for District 18 Senate.
Vote now or on Election Day, November 5th, for Lauren Nelson, District 18 Senate. Paid for by Lauren Nelson for Senate.
Do you think the politicians in Pierre could do a better job of listening to you? Then how about Harns?
I'm Paul Harns. As a former high school teacher, I believe my students did a better job of listening to each other than politicians do. If I'm elected, I promise to act more like them. Listening and working together is what's best for District 18.
Vote Paul Harns for District 18 House now by absentee or on November 5th. Paid for by Harns for House.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
All right, welcome to your post-game breakdown brought to you by Sarah Sarda for State Senator. Find out more about Sarah's campaign online at sarahsardaforstatesenator.com or scan the QR code on your screen. Josh and I and Brayden all sitting in the broadcast booth brought to you by Fairfield Inn and Suites as well as Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express Hotel Direct 605-653-2250. We'll have your post-game coach interview that is brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. That's Rhonda Westland at State Farm. And we will have some coaches joining us up here. But Josh, just your thoughts on that matchup. I mean, obviously a dominant 35-0 victory for Yankton, but there's some things that they're going to want to improve.
Yeah, and I think
should probably unmute you.
Unmuting me is awesome. But, yeah, looking at it here, the run game, obviously, with the backs, you want to see a little bit better in that sense. But I think overall a nice performance tonight. Anytime you pitch a shutout, I don't think that's a bad night whatsoever. And Yankton, look, now they're 4-2, and they got a big date next week up in Brookings with the Bobcats.
That's a big game, man.
That is a big game. And that could have implications on the standings, obviously. I mean, if Yankton wins that game, they're right back in that conversation maybe for the 1 seed in the playoffs. We'll have to see what happens, but a win there, it would be huge.
Yeah, it's got to beat the ones in front of you, and that's the next one up, and it just happens to be probably the biggest one on the schedule as it's playing out right now, as you mentioned, and they're still waiting on coaches to come up. And we'll also have your stat recap for you here in the post game. We'll have your highlights of the game, your awards of the game, and we'll check your out-of-town scoreboard officially. That's all around the corner. We'll take a quick break, come back here on the post-game breakdown.
Sarah Sarda is running for State Senate District 18.
This is Bernie Hunoff. In November, we're electing a new state senator, and I'm happily supporting Sarah Sarda. I'm a big fan of Sarah's leadership style. She's thoughtful, she listens. Maybe most important nowadays, Sarah Sarda has no political agenda. She just wants to make this a better place. Sarah already does that in her work career and in her amazing leadership on the school board. I'm proud to be the chair of her campaign, and our committee, Sarah Sarda for State Senator, paid for this message.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
This game break is brought to you by a lot of people supporting the Bucks and Gazelles. So far, these high school athletes have put on quite a show for us tonight. We've had a great and exciting game. So let's break down the highlights and get you up to speed. Hold on. Well, this is unusual. One second. We're getting word from the referee. Let's just listen in.
Due to Representative Julie Auck, Lauren Nelson, and the South Dakota Legislature's vote to cut $109 million from South Dakota public schools, we cannot afford to continue. This game is over.
Folks, this game break was a warning. Representative Julie Auck and Lauren Nelson are attacking South Dakota's excellent education system. But you can stop them from succeeding by voting against Representative Julie Auck and Lauren Nelson in the upcoming election. Our students are counting on you. Paid for by the Save Our Schools PAC, not endorsed by any candidate.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
All right, welcome back to the post-game breakdown, brought to you by Sarah Sarda for State Senator. And now we will have your post-game coach interview brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. It's Rhonda Westland State Farm. And my favorite offensive coordinator is not Kevin O'Connell. Terry Huber joins us. And, Coach, congratulations on the big Pioneer Days victory.
Thank you. That was a really fun one to be a part of right there.
Yeah, and so many facets of the game to go over. Of course, we'll go over all of them in detail tomorrow morning on the Coach's Corner. And let's just start, though. Easton Nelson, I think he just scored another one just now.
Yeah, I don't know how many he had tonight. He had 4 or 5. Yeah, it's 5 tonight. So he really took charge tonight. There's going to be some stuff that he's going to want to learn from tonight. But the resilience that he showed, there were some pressures that, O-line wise, we had to change up a few of our schemes that they were sending in a different spot than I kind of envisioned them sending, which is a good scheme for, the Scoopers coming to town on that. But, once we got him a little more time, he felt comfortable in the run game especially, and I really like to see that. He's trusting his receivers, which is also phenomenal. I just thought that, he said, I'm QB1, I'm taking this tonight. It's a big homecoming win for him right there.
Carson Ness with some plays out on the field tonight. A big reception there. I remember how many yards it was. Enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of great grabs.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the thing I like about these receivers is they're not greedy guys. They want the ball, which is what we want, but they're not greedy. He could have easily just said, I'm running a fly. But instead he understood we needed 8-9 yards right there. And he picked up the sticks, and instead of trying to dance too much, he found a spot, put his nose down, and he got us that first down. That touchdown reception that he had down here in the corner. I was very impressed with that. He was super excited coming off the sideline, and he was just like, thanks for trusting me there. And I'm like, you don't have to thank me, buddy. You earned that. Like, you earned that play right there. And he's a phenomenal receiver. I still, to this day, I think he's one of the best receivers in the state, and I'll stand by that any day.
And your defense tonight, a very excellent job. Obviously, a shutout was pitched here tonight. But, yes, the line did a great job, the linebackers, but the secondary was challenged quite a bit tonight, and they came through.
Absolutely. And, I heard Coach Olson talking to him in the locker room before the game, and that's what he kind of said. We need to get all three facets of our defense on the same page. And I thought this week those guys worked their tails off, and he had them ready to go. But they came out and just balled out. Those secondary guys, like you said, they were challenged, but they were right there on every play. I think we had maybe one PI that was – it was a good call. They kind of have to call that, but I thought it was pretty good coverage as well. But besides that, I didn't see a whole lot of issues in that secondary. I didn't see a lot of holes. They were right there with them. I thought our linebackers scraped phenomenal tonight. You saw Crawl and you saw Matthew Sheldon. Those two, I don't want to get hit by either one of those guys, and they were hitting together on a lot of plays. And then that line up front, those guys work so hard. We got a lot of guys going both ways up front there as well. For those three facets of that defense to come through tonight, they helped us out tremendously on offense. The special teams, I thought, came through extremely well on that. As I know, we got a punt down on the 1 yard line. Our PATs, we went 100% on those. It was just a great night overall.
And, Coach, I want to take you to the third quarter here. Towards the end of it, you guys had a power package with three backs in the backfield that had some success. How long has that been in the playbook?
Yeah, so we've had that for a little while. The guys really enjoy running it. I like it because, to me, there's stuff that we run out of that obviously I'm not going to throw everything out there. But there's no better feeling to me than to go out there and say, this is what we're going to do, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's just something great about that feeling, and the guys have really bought into that. I'm like, just say, I'm doing this. You can tell them. I don't care. You can tell them what the play is, and you're still going to run it, and you're going to go dominate it because those boys up front, they're going to get the job done. And then you got those speed backs back there who are just strong as ever. They're going to come and lead through, and it's just, to me, there's nothing more enjoyable than watching that kind of package. So
yeah, I love it. Non-negotiables is what I've always called those. Yep. But looking at it here towards next week, tough matchup with Brookings. What do you expect from them and just what they do on defense?
Fast and physical. That's one thing that we generally will get out of Brookings. I think that we're going to see that, especially this year. Obviously watching film leading up on these other teams, we get a little peek to those guys as well. They are going to try to blitz the house on us. They're going to bring as many guys as they can. Coverage wise, they trust their DBs. They think one-on-one matchups. They're going to take care of our guys, and I'm excited for our guys to rise to that challenge. I think they absolutely have the qualities and the abilities to take care of business, and I'm excited for that.
Well, Coach, we have the Terry Huber special pizza tomorrow. Can't tell you what it is yet, so we'll see you on the show. And again, congratulations to you and the team for a big homecoming victory.
Appreciate the coverage from you guys. It's been a phenomenal ride up to this point. I can't wait for the rest of the season.
A lot more to go. Here we go. All right, we'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the postgame breakdown.
This game break is brought to you by a lot of people supporting the Bucks and Gazelles. So far, these high school athletes have put on quite a show for us tonight. We've had a great and exciting game. So let's break down the highlights and get you up to speed. Hold on. Well, this is unusual. One second. We're getting word from the referee. Let's just listen in.
Due to Representative Julie Auck, Lauren Nelson, and the South Dakota Legislature's vote to cut $109 million from South Dakota Public Schools, we cannot afford to continue. This game is over.
Folks, this game break was a warning. Representative Julie Auck and Lauren Nelson are attacking South Dakota's excellent education system. But you can stop them from succeeding by voting against Representative Julie Auck and Lauren Nelson in the upcoming election. Our students are counting on you. Paid for by the Save Our Schools PAC, not endorsed by any candidate.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts. Plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. Some say the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Trivia on Tuesday nights, music bingo on Wednesdays with live music on Friday night. This is downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages. If you can't be on the boat or at a Bucks or Gazelles game, then it's the Boathouse.
All right, welcome back to your post-game breakdown. Let's get into our highlights of the game and you can go over the game flow from start to finish and recap this matchup here tonight. A big victory for the Yankton Bucks, 35-0 over the Sturgis Brown Scoopers, and we'll bring in our highlight man for tonight, Brayden Butler. Brayden.
You know, it was a great game tonight for Yankton, all stages of the game, and it really set the tone early on in that first quarter. Easton Nelson, quarterback on homecoming as a senior, able to find his senior running back in their final Pioneer Days game. 18 yards for the touchdown, Nelson to Cirque. After that opening score, Yankton took a 7-0 lead over the Sturgis Scoopers. Did not score again until late on in the second quarter. Easton Nelson was able to use his legs this time. A 7-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, putting Yankton up 14-0.
And now Nelson takes the snap, moves Bryce Crawley in motion, and now it is Nelson, pass off to the near side to Cirque. Cirque gets around his guy, gets to the corner, to the pylon, to the end zone, touchdown Yankton! Evan Cirque, the muscles his way in there for the opening score of the 100th homecoming for the Yankton Bucks.
Easton Nelson and Evan Cirque got the scoring started. Nelson, once again, in the second quarter, 7-yard touchdown run for the second score of the game for the Bucks, put them up 14-0 after the good extra point.
Nelson, quarterback keeper at the 5, touchdown Yankton! Easton Nelson saw a route he liked, kept the ball, and got into the end zone. A Yankton Bucks score from the senior quarterback.
It was the Easton Nelson show, it felt like, all day long. Less than 90 seconds after his touchdown run, he found Carson Ness in the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown pass.
Nelson back to pass. Into Carson Ness in the end zone. Did he bring it in? He did! The Loch Ness brings it in. Touchdown, Yankton!
Got to go to the second half of play before our next score, as a halftime break 21-0 lead was in favor of the Yankton Bucks. 3:37 to go in that third quarter. Easton Nelson, get this, finds the end zone again, this time with a 17-yard touchdown run, putting Yankton up 28-0.
Well, Easton Nelson now, empty backfield. Keep it himself, follow Derek Beal, the blocker, cuts up to the 5, touchdown Yankton, Easton Nelson.
Old 5-time, we might have to start calling him. There's a little Booker T reference for you if you're a fan of the old WCW. 5 touchdowns in one game for Easton Nelson. This one on the run from 5 yards out for the rushing touchdown. Gave us our final score line, 35-0 Yankton victory.
Nelson keeps it himself. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Yankton! He does it again.
Easton Nelson does it again, and he did it all night long. 35-0, your final score. Yankton taking a big homecoming victory over the Sturgis Scoopers.
All right, and while thank you, Brayden. And while Brayden gets the headset over to Josh Boelter for a stat recap, I'll go ahead and do some thanking to Vision Care Associates, as well as MT&RC Smith Insurance, our fourth quarter sponsors. Your final again was 35-0 Yankton. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. Their number one goal at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab is to make each patient feel at home and know they are truly there to help you live a healthier, pain-free life. SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. Visit them at SWATchiropracticandrehab.com. And we'll give the block of the game to one of those Easton Nelson touchdown runs. That's brought to you by H&R Block, open year-round, providing bookkeeping, payroll, and tax services. Located in the Yankton Plaza, call 605-665-3366. Time for your stat recap, brought to you by Mayor Signs. If it's time to review the look of your business signage, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including lit, non-lit, digital, and much more. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. Josh Boelter.
All right, let's go ahead and break it down here for Yankton. Easton Nelson led the way passing 185 yards. He had 2 touchdowns to the air. He also led the way on the ground, 15 carries, 155 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Also rushing, Evan Cirque at 55 yards. He also on the day, added 20 yards receiving and a touchdown there. Carson Ness was your lead receiver, 5 catches for 82 yards. Connor Slob with 4 for 35 as well. Taking a look for Sturgis here, 27 yards passing from their starting quarterback, Carter Williams. On the day, their leading rusher was Sullivan Jost, Bryce, and really just an impressive performance from the defense overall. But Easton Nelson, Bryce, 5 touchdowns on the day, really getting things done and taking care of business.
Yes, absolutely. And you're watching, well, we're all kind of watching the same time, Spearfish and Watertown. What's the update there? We'll get into our Watertown scoreboard, but.
So it is getting crazy. This game is in double overtime. The first overtime, it was 14-14. Both teams scored a touchdown, but they both missed extra points on that. And then now Spearfish just scored on their first drive in the second overtime here. So now Watertown's taking the field down 7 here with this game on the line.
I'm trying to push out-of-town scoreboard as much as I can to see if we have a final. So let's get into our awards of the game. We'll start with our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians, your residential and commercial pest control solution. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. Who do we have for defensive player of the game?
Yeah, and look, anytime you have a great performance like that where you pitch a shutout, it's an impressive day. But how about Miles Drotzman today, Bryce? He had a lot.
He was challenged a lot.
He was challenged a lot down the field, and he answered the call every single time, and I think Miles Drotzman was your defensive player of the game.
Offensive player of the game brought to you by Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee is a helpful smile in every aisle. I wonder who this could be.
Yeah, anytime you have over 300 total yards of offense and 155 yards on the ground and 5 total touchdowns, Easton Nelson's your offensive player of the game. Shout out to the senior quarterback. He had a great day and played a huge part, obviously, in this victory.
All right, we'll take one last quick break, come back, and whether the Spearfish Watertown game is over or not, we'll have your out-of-town scoreboard. We'll be back in 2 minutes here at Crane-Youngworth Field, the postgame breakdown, Yankton Bucks football.
Want to take the hassle out of servicing your heating or cooling system? Then sign up for the Kaiser Signature Membership Program. This is Chris Frick with Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Not only will you get peace of mind knowing your units are being serviced regularly, but being a Kaiser Signature member gives you priority service, a discount on parts and labor, and no overtime rates. Take comfort and let our qualified professional technicians keep you running.
Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
Your football party will be a touchdown when you serve up Sheboygan brats, summer sausage, cocktail smokies, and natural casing wieners. Game day is better with Sheboygans. Produced with pride at American Food Groups in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing, read and understand everything. What happens if you cancel? Can you get out of this contract? If you feel pushed into signing the contract, you need to stop and take a step back. If you have questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explorers CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
All right, out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clopay dealer. the only person that could do this, Brayden Butler. Brayden, we have our out-of-town scoreboard. Let's do it.
Same intro as always, and I love it every time. Thank you so much, Bryce. Let's actually start on the Nebraska side of the border real quick, because I realized I forgot to update on some area teams in Nebraska. At the halftime, Bloomfield fell to Boyd County in overtime. That was 2014 in favor of Boyd County. Cedar Catholic took a 21-14 victory over Battle Creek. That's a rematch of, I believe, 2 years ago's state championship matchup. 21-14, Cedar Catholic gets some revenge there. Crofton looks like they're going to go home with a win. 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter. They're up 56-16 on Niobrara Verdigris. And Hartington Newcastle defeated Wausau Osmond 56-14. Why not beat Walt Hill 50-8? Now in South Dakota, Avon was able to come back and remain undefeated as the top team in Class 9B. As I'm waiting for this to fully load, there we go. 30-26 final score there, Avon with the win. Wolsey-Wessington is currently up on Bonham in the third quarter, 38-14. Gayville-Vollen took a 37-12 win over Sioux Falls Lutheran. Scotland Minnow shut out Cologne 51-0. And Sioux Falls Christian defeated Vermilion in Vermilion 43-7. We got some final scores in 11AA as well, including the big one that we were quite literally watching in the booth during the break. We'll save that for last. Huron shut out Douglas 36-0. Yankton shut out Sturgis Brown 35-0. Pierre fell to O'Gorman. That is another loss for the Pierre Governors, 42-14 at Hollister Field. Brookings was able to defeat T-Area 29-22. It's going to be a big matchup next week for Yankton on the road in Brookings. In the fourth quarter, Aberdeen Central looks like they're going to win against Mitchell in Mitchell 48-8. But the number one team in Class 11AA has fallen in double overtime. The Spearfish Spartans on the road defeat the Watertown Arrows 27-20. That will shake up the standings in Class 11AA. Looks like Yankton might be on the road against the number one team in the class next week with the Brookings Bobcats.
All right, thank you to Brayden. And as we keep moving on here in our post-game breakdown, but Josh, that game could have a lot of implications.
Yeah, and it's a big one, and you don't want to say every game's or any game's must win, but that one might be a must win in the sense of if you want one of those top two seeds, because now things get a little muddier with Spearfish getting that win, because they're going to be right up there too. With a big win, and obviously if you can avoid having to travel West River in the playoffs, that would be huge.
Or just in general,
just in general, yeah. But either way, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And that top of Class 11 AA between Yankton and Brookings and T and Watertown and Spearfish, it's crazy right now. Where any one of those teams you could convince me could come away with the top seed by the end of the year.
All right, and following this, we have our FCS Nation preview, FCS Nation show, and we're proud to be your local home for that show. Each week, Kevin Marshall and Stone Labanowitz take you around the country to discuss the latest in the football championship subdivision, from our in-state teams, the UST Coyotes, go Yotes, and SDSU Jackrabbits, to the North Dakota schools, UND and NDSU, and the rest of the Missouri Valley Football Conference. They cover it all, and it's coming up after we sign off here tonight, so make sure you stick around. Also, tomorrow morning, the Coach's Corner Show, 9:05 a.m., myself and the varsity coaches of Yankton Athletics, including all the football coaches, including sub-varsity coaches, will talk a lot and break this game down, probably just too much detail at some point. You know, we the same question gets asked quite a bit, and I want to get perspective from all the coaches, but it's a good time, and delicious pizza from Pizza Ranch. Not that the viewer or listener can partake, but you can watch or listen knowing that we ate some delicious pizza, Josh.
Yes, pizza will be had, and it'll be a great time, and always a great time when the Bucks get a big win, and a big win on homecoming at that.
Final thoughts for the night, Josh?
Yeah, overall, like I just said, big win on homecoming. You moved to 4-2, and look, you were at 2-2 a couple weeks ago. You get two big wins back-to-back, and now you have maybe your biggest game of the regular season next week at Brookings. We'll be there. The Bucks will be there. The Bobcats will be there, and I'm really looking forward to that one, Bryce.
Schedule preview brought to you by Parker Hannafin of Yankton. Look ahead to a brighter future with a new career at Parker of Yankton. All benefits begin day one. Learn more at parker.com. Parker, engineering your success. We just heard Josh say, well, who we have next? It's up at Brookings. Looking forward to that one. Thanks to Daniel Dykstra and Grady Harrington, our KYT studio producers. And we'll do the South Dakota Broadcast Association and the Beckers, as well as Kurt Dykstra, for keeping me on my toes during the pregame. That was really nice of them to come up here. And Brayden Butler, our KYNT kickoff show producer, And for Josh Boelter, I'm Bryce Ladwig, KYNT Sports Director. This has been Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYN TV, Yankton's home team and stream.
Thank you for listening to Yankton Athletics on KYNT, a Riverfront sports property, and Yankton's home team. Remember, KYNT is your home for Yankton High School athletics.